in the gentle embrace of the present moment. Let us take a deep breath together, inhaling the richness of air and exhaling the day's worries. Feel your body settle into the space around you. Notice the subtle rhythms of your heartbeat, the quiet undulations of your breath. Okay? Allow yourself to be here just as you are in this fleeting now. Let thoughts drift like leaves on a stream, releasing their hold on your mind. In this place of stillness, we embark on a journey through an ordinary day where extraordinary wisdom waits to be discovered. It was a cloudy morning when Nora stood at the sink, arms submerged in warm, soapy water. The gentle foam danced around her hands, bubbles rising and falling like small, luminous treasures. The kitchen was brightened only by the covered gray skies outside, softening the edges of reality into a peaceful blur. A familiar sound filled the air, the soft murmur of rain tapping against the window, an unhurried rhythm that played in harmony with the pulse within her chest. Each drop seemed to patter, a loving reminder that everything ebbs and flows. Kata surrounding her fingers. Nora cradled a porcelain plate, delicate and full of history. As she ran her fingers over its surface, she felt the coolness of the glaze, a gentle counterpoint to the warmth of the water that cradled it. She held the plate close, closing her eyes for a brief moment, allowing herself to connect with the small memory it invoked of family gatherings, laughter echoing through the air. And love served on such fragile vessels. With each swirl of her hands, she could feel the tension from the week slowly releasing into the sudsy embrace. The smell of dish soap, a simple concoction, harried her senses. A soft, sweet reminder of the domestic life that gave her belonging. Life's simplest acts, like washing dishes, can weave moments of presence into a tapestry of gratitude. As she scrubs with intent, the rhythm becomes meditative. Her breath naturally deepens. Inhale as she lifts the sponge. Exhale as she places it down. Foam cascading into the sink like tiny, sparkling stars falling back to the earth. The world grows vast beyond her 4 kitchen walls, yet she remains anchored amidst the intimate choreography of the mundane. Occasionally, her gaze drifts to the sky beyond the glass, where the clouds loom heavy, swollen with unseen rain. They remind her that, just as the weather changes, so does life, unpredictable, yet grounded in the now. Each cloud preserves its secrets, silently urging awareness of transitions, both harsh and gentle. Nora picks up a pot, its weight grounding her. She feels the cool metal smoothed under her fingertips. The familiar contours remind her of recent meals shared, fragrances mingling to create a home-cooked symphony. As she cleans, she begins to gently reflect on moments of challenge that seemed insurmountable at the time, yet eventually dissolved like the soap that lingers in the water. Thoughts drift in and out like shadows beneath the surface. They do not cling, they simply pass. She notices how often she tends to judge those thoughts, fleeting frustration, a glimmer of self-doubt. There, she thinks softly, as if addressing a child. You are welcome here just as you are. A deep breath draws in more of the present. With an exhale, she releases the weight of being perfect, embracing imperfection. She rinses her hands, again, noticing the way the water cascades down her fingers, chalky bits of food swirling off to join the greater current. In this moment, washing dishes becomes an act of love, a simple expression of care for herself and her home. Minutes pass, marked only by the steady heartbeat of the rain outside and a gentle clinking of plates as she sets them aside, renewed. The rhythm begins to shift. Clouds grimace, shifting and colliding, a chiaroscuro of gray and lighter hues wisping overhead. She catches glimpses of white, the promise of sunlight breaking through the gloom. Each bright opening feels like a little invitation, a pause in the gray noise. As her hands find rhythm again, she reflects on a time when chaos felt too great to manage. How in moments of confusion and struggle, She had learned to anchor herself with simple tasks of breath here, a pause there, and gradually life began to untangle. The dishes were a mirror, reflecting the ebb of her own mindset, shifting between clarity and chaos, much like the weather outside. Finishing the last plate, a serene satisfaction washes over Nora. She wipes her hands on the dish towel, that soft fabric inviting a touch of warmth, the simple power of softness leaving her feeling whole. Standing back, she surveys her work. The sink now glistens empty, a quiet testament to her care and presence. With a glance at the window, she notices the clouds have begun to part, revealing patches of blue. Sunlight breaks through, casting a warm golden hue across her kitchen. In that moment, it dawns on her that every storm has its silver lining, a gentle reminder from nature that light always finds a way to seep through. Even after the heaviest of rainfalls, Nora takes a moment to breathe in the fresh, rain-washed air that now fills her home. Feeling the warmth of sunlight crawl gently across her skin, the universe, in its infinite wisdom, embraces her in the everyday miracle of presence. In the quiet aftermath of the storm, Nora realized that every simple act holds the potential for connection, both to ourselves and the world. By engaging in the rhythm of life, washing away the clatter of distractions, we may uncover a profound peace that resides within, waiting to be embraced. Each moment, like each dish can, shine with the brilliance of awareness, reminding us that even amidst the clouds, we can find the light. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to find a comfortable position. Close your eyes gently if you wish, and take a deep breath in, feeling the cool air fill your lungs. Hold it for just a heartbeat, and then softly release, letting the warmth of your exhale carry away any tension. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle rhythm of your breath like waves lapping at the shore. Imagine with each breath, you are inviting in a calm awareness of the present, a stillness that holds no judgment. Just this moment. Now picture a kitchen just beginning to awaken, softly illuminated by the morning light, encouragement residing in its gentle embrace. You are here now, amidst this serene space. The morning sun filtered through the window, spilling its golden light onto the worn wooden countertop. The kitchen, though small, radiated warmth and familiarity, silent witness to countless meals prepared with care, laughter shared over steaming mugs, and quiet moments crafted in the rhythm of daily life. You stand at the sink, the cool porcelain, basing, cradling a collection of yesterday's remnants, a pot, a few plates, and a smattering of silverware, gently resting as if they, too, were waiting for a lover's touch. The scene unfolds, inviting awareness into every tiny detail. You switch on the faucet, and the water begins its dance, flowing freely in shimmering streams that coalesce and splash. Each droplet, a moment of its own, glistens in the light. You notice how the sound of the water fills the air, a gentle symphony of flowing life, steady and unwavering. Close your eyes for a moment and let the sounds envelop you. You become attuned to the rhythm, the splashing droplets, the low hum of water mixing with the soft sighs of morning. Dipping your hands into the cool, soothing water, you feel the contrast against the warmth of your skin. The sensations awaken you, pulling you deeper into this simple act. You cradle the first plate a circle of memories, its surface still faintly carrying the warmth of a meal enjoyed. You scoop a modest amount of dish soap and watch as bubbles begin to form, tiny worlds emerging and bursting with each movement. There's a sense of magic in the mundane, a weaving of the ordinary into the extraordinary. With each stroke of your sponge, you feel the coolness of the water kissing your wrists, sinking into your palms. Each plate you scrub reflects not only your efforts, but the love poured into each gathering, each shared moment. You breathe in the familiar scent of citrus, mingling with soapy crisp, reminder of brightness in each chore. Feel it swirl around you, inviting the essence of the present moment to permeate your experience as you rinse the plate under the cascading water. You notice how the soap slips away effortlessly, just as thoughts may come and go without attachment. You observe them, those fleeting distractions that drift into your mind, the tasks waiting for you, the conversations that linger, the worries that knot in your stomach. You acknowledge their existence, then return your focus to the rhythmic flow of the water as it glides over the porcelain. It feels liberating, this release, allowing each thought to float away like a cloud in a clear blue sky. The sponge moves with intention, following the curves and contours of the dishes. You find yourself immersed in the practice, aware of the gentle pressure of the sponge, the way your body shifts to a comfortable stance, the way the water cools your fingertips. You are here, in this moment, embracing the possibility of peace, interwoven with the everyday. No rush, no destination, it's just existence. You take a moment to savor the beauty in the simpler bowl, a cup, a fork, each skilled in their purpose. The process becomes a meditation, each object teaching you something different about presence. You hear the soft melody of water hitting the bottom of the sink, the meandering notes echoing around the room, grounding you in the now. You let their rhythm guide your breath, syncing with the tranquil, domestic jazz of your surroundings. As you rinse each piece, you notice the sun's journey across your kitchen. The beams shift, embracing the spaces you once overlooked, illuminating the small flecks in the linoleum, dancing upon the cooking herbs in their pots, softening shadows that tell stories. Time seems to suspend, each moment stretched like a canvas, painted by the divine stroke of simplicity. When you finish washing the last fork, you hold it in your dripping fingers for just a beat longer. You find yourself smiling at the task completed, the dishes gleaming beneath the loving touch of sunlight. There is a fullness in this moment. Nothing is urgent. Nothing is missing. It is complete in its own quiet way, a reminder that sometimes most profound realizations arise within the mundane. You dry your hands on a soft towel, feeling the texture absorb the remnants of water, each droplet a sacred farewell. Standing up tall, you gaze around your radiant kitchen, now fresh and inviting. You take a step back and find gratitude blossoming in your heart for this space, for the water, for the dance of the day ahead, stirred by complexity, yet rich with promise. The world outside hums softly. You can hear the distant echoes of life stirring, of cars discreetly moving along the roads, of birds quietly affirming their presence. You're reminded that presence doesn't just reside here at your sink, but spills wide into the cosmos, into the neighbors' homes, into the very air shared among friends and strangers. With that realization, you allow yourself to take a final, conscious breath. Inhale the warmth of the sunlit kitchen. Exhale the joy of this deliberate existence, unhurried and unrefined. In this space, you have discovered a whispering truth among the bubbles and water. Ordinary moments hold the keys to extraordinary awareness, and the simplicity of being can transform our perception of the world. With each mindful breath, you carry this lesson into the wider tapestry of your life, anchored in the art of presence, infinitely alive in the moment. In the gentle hum of existence, as the world stretches and yawns, take a moment to settle into the breath, the soft rise and fall of being. Feel the ground beneath you, steady and sure, welcoming you into the present. Notice the air, cool and inviting, wrapping around you like a soft shawl. In this space, let the mind quiet, allowing the cacophony of thoughts to float away like autumn leaves on a breeze. As we embark on this journey together, let us hone our awareness to the small and endless moments that weave the tapestry of our lives, starting with something as simple as a bowl of warm water. Imagine you are standing in a sunlit kitchen. The soft glow of morning cascading through the window panes, painting the world in golden hues. The air is a tapestry of scents, the lingering aroma of yesterday's meals mingled with a fresh hint of citrus from the bowl of fruit on the counter. The sink is full of warm water, bubbles swirling like playful thoughts in your mind, inviting you to engage. You reach for the first sheet surface, cool against your palm, a reminder of the warmth that once held its contents. With a gentle motion, you immerse the dish in the nurturing water, and the sound of splashing creates a serene melody, echoing softly throughout the room. As you pick up the sponge, its damp texture feels familiar between your fingers, a small object yet rich with purpose. You watch the sudsy foam rise and flicker like tiny stars, glistening in the light, a simple act yet filled with potential. You begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion stirring a sense of focus, grounding you in the now. Notice the sounds around you, the faint chirping of birds outside, the rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze. Their whispers blend seamlessly, creating a soft symphony that guides your heart toward stillness. With each pass of the sponge, the dish transforms before your eyes, the muck and remnants of meals bygones slipping away, revealing a pristine surface that gleams with clarity. As thoughts arise, bills to pay, obligations to meet, acknowledge them like clouds passing through a vast sky. They come and go, ephemeral and inconsequential in this moment. You return your awareness to the water, its warmth enveloping your hands, a soothing balm that redirects your focus. Each dish wipes clean brings you deeper into the present, a small meditative practice blooming with intention. You move to the next dish, a mug with a comforting curve. It's painted with edges, softened by everyday use. As you hold it, you can almost feel the warmth of tea once brewed within, the shared moments of laughter and solace it has fostered. You scrub a little more gently now, caressing its surface with reverence, as if to honor the joy it has brought into your life. The rhythm of your actions becomes a dance, a flow, the bubbles wrapping around your fingers in a tender embrace. With each dish, you are not merely cleaning. You are practicing a form of mindfulness, an offering of yourself to the present. You shift your attention to the sound of the water draining from the sink, a gentle gurgle that echoes like a lullaby. With each sound, consider how life flows, what comes in, what goes out, much like the water swirling away. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for this very moment, the opportunity to wash, to clear, to tend to what is here now. The last dish glistens under your careful ministrations. You rinse, allowing the cool water to cascade down a soft shower that washes away not only the soap, but also the day's distractions. As you place it on the drying rack, you take a step back, surveying your work. Quiet satisfaction rises within you. Each item is now restored, renewed, ready for another day of service. In this task, simple yet profound, you grasp the essence of life itself. Like the plates and cups, we too bear marks of the past, shadows of experiences that cling to us. And yet, in the act of being mindful of, immersing ourselves in the now, we find the power to cleanse, to refresh. As you complete these acts of presence, the kitchen feels different. There is an awareness in the stillness, the space transformed by your attention. The world outside hums on, but here, inside, there is a sweet pause, a sigh of contentedness. You gently drain the water, watching it spiral down the sink, drawing away remnants of foam. In this act, surrender to the flow of life becomes clear. Embrace the currents. Let go of what no longer serves you. You turn off the faucet. The silence that follows feels expansive, filled with possibility. As you stand in the aftermath of this simple task, take a moment to breathe deeply, letting the air fill your lungs with gratitude. Each breath reflects a cycle of washing, of clearing, of authentic presence in this vast, sacred moment of life. In these quiet acts, may you find the calm, the stillness, the wholeness that resides always within you, waiting to be nurtured and reclaimed. Allow yourself to carry this sense of peace forward. A reminder that in every ordinary moment lies the potential for extraordinary presence. In the heart of our bustling lives, where thoughts race and worries fluttered like leaves caught in the wind, let us take a moment to settle. Close your eyes, if you wish, and feel your breath, its gentle rise and fall, like the tide caressing the shore. Notice the air, cool and soothing as it touches your skin, inviting you to be here in this very moment. With each inhalation, draw in the present, and with each exhalation, let go of what no longer serves you. Allow yourself to be enveloped in this space where time flows gently and everything else fades away. Here, in the stillness, let us wander together into a simple yet profound moment of life. It was early morning. The sun stretched its golden limbs across the sky, casting a warm glow into the modest kitchen. The world beyond the window was beginning to awaken, the soft chirps of birds merging with the distant murmur of traffic. Here, at the sink, stood Ruth, preparing for another day. Her hands enveloped the smooth handle of a ceramic mug, and as she filled it with water, she savored the comforting weight of it. She watched the liquid cascade down, glimmering like a stream of light, and breathed deeply. Fully aware of the sounds surrounding her, the gentle patter of water meeting porcelain, the faint rustle of leaves outside, and a distant hum of life bustling beyond her quiet sanctuary as she began to wash the dishes from last night's dinner. The day's first light illuminated each plate and bowl, transforming them into iridescent canvases. The sponge glided over the surface of a chipped bowl, the scent of soap mingling with the warmth of the water, rising gently around her like a calming fog. Each stroke became a meditation, her mind momentarily unfurling like the first blooms of spring. In her mind, thoughts fluttered like butterflies, flitting from tasks yet undone to plans for the day that lay ahead. Instead of clinging to these thoughts, she invited them to dance in and out like ripples on still water. The awareness of the present moment wrapped around her, soft yet firm, grounding her in the here and now. In the rhythmic sound of the water, she found a quiet harmony. It spoke to her of patience, each dish requiring its attentiveness. There was no rush, no urgency, just a pure act of being present, washing, rinsing, drying. As her fingers worked through the suds, she took a moment to notice the texture against her skin, the smoothness of ceramic, the slightly jagged edges of glass. Every piece held a story, memories of shared meals, laughter, and connection. A whisper of gratitude coursed through her heart, reminding her of the warmth that accompanies these simple things. The soft thud of the plates as she placed them in the drying rack resonated in a rhythm that soothed her soul. Each thud a gentle reminder of the cyclical nature of life, the act of caring for her home, an offering of love, a dedication to this life she had crafted over time. Even the small, chipped areas of her favorite fork felt significant, as she recognized that imperfections are part of the beauty of existence. Outside, the world continued its fervent wake-up call. The distant call of a dog barked, the rustle of a newspaper slipping across a porch, the laughter of children starting their day. She let these sounds wash over her, acknowledging each one as it came and went. They formed a background symphony, blending with the cadence of her thoughts and the soft whispers of her heart. And there, in that quiet kitchen, ensconced in the mundane, she began to see how life, in its simplicity, mirrored her very being. Each action was an expression, every sound a note in the melody of her day. As she contemplated the change of seasons, the way nature shifts so gracefully, and how it mimics the ebb and flow of her own journey, the steam rising from the dishes curled around her in warm tendrils, and in that moment, she closed her eyes. She felt her shoulders drop, a sensation of release washing over her, letting go. Here she was, right in the middle of the present, a feeling so rare amidst the noise of rushing thoughts and the chaos that life sometimes brings. Time seemed to expand as she lifted another plate. The cool ceramic contrasting poignantly against the warmth enveloping her from the soapy water. Her movements slowed down, each gesture a meditation, each dip of her hands into the warm embrace of the water inviting her to explore the depths of her own presence. The sun climbed higher, and with it, a quiet clarity began to settle in her mind. Tasks ahead of her still awaited, but for this moment, they receded into the background. Like shadows beneath the trees at midday, the only thing that mattered was the here and now, the vibrant colors of the dishes, the warmth of the water, the steady swell of her breath. Slowly, she transitioned from washing to drying, the soft cloth slipping between her fingers like a whisper of kindness. The ritual unfolded with ease, a dance of intention and awareness. Each section of the cloth absorbing not just moisture, but a sense of peace that began to flow through her with each wipe. She felt lighter, more connected, the act itself becoming a source of joy rather than a chore to be checked off a list. The simple pleasure of being present fed her spirit like nourishment. The gentle rhythm of her body seemed to find its own pulse, matching the beat of the natural world outside. And, as she placed the last glass on the rack, a soft sigh escaped her lips, mingling with the air around her. She stood for a moment, hands resting on the cool countertop, eyes closed, feeling the subtle rise and fall of her chest. The faint thrum of the world moving beyond her kitchen walls. Within that stillness, as if the universe itself whispered, she began to truly accept that the beauty of life lies not in grand gestures, but in these small, intimate moments, the mundane transformed into the extraordinary. Through the act of awareness, as Ruth opened her eyes and gazed at the array of clean dishes shimmering softly under the morning light, a sense of balance washed over her. She realized that this simplicity of washing dishes, of breathing, of simply being holds a grace that is often overlooked. Each moment, when touched with mindfulness, unfolds into a tapestry of connection, beauty, and unencumbered joy. With that thought nestled softly in her heart, she stepped away from the sink, grounded yet light, ready to embrace the day as it unfolded, aware of the stillness that lies at the center of it all. Imagine yourself standing at the window, the world outside wrapped in a soft gray. As raindrops fall gently, they create a calming symphony, a tender rhythm that invites you to pause. Close your eyes, if you wish, and feel the air around you, the coolness on your skin, the faint scent of earth awakening as the rain kisses it. Take a deep breath, feeling your chest rise and fall, and allow yourself to be here in this moment. No need to rush, no need to worry. Just be. Feel the weight of your body grounding you, rooted like a tree, while your mind gently opens to the present in a modest kitchen, where the sun, when present, casts a golden hue across worn wooden counters. A woman named Clara stands by the sink, preparing to wash the day's dinner dishes. Dirty plates, glasses, and utensils form a small mountain. Remnants of a shared meal, with laughter echoing in her memory flavored with the warmth of connection. As she turns on the faucet, water begins to stream, clear and cold, pouring into the basin. The sound is melodic, each droplet a tiny song of its own, whispering invitations to notice. Clara takes a moment to watch the water swirl, gathering the remnants of the meal, the glimmers of sauce, bits of vegetables clinging on for dear life. The simplicity of this scene begins to unfurl, and she can feel the tension of her day loosen just a bit, with her hands now submerged in warm, soapy water. The bubbles rise and dance around her fingers, each one a tiny world reflecting the lighter universe of possibility within a single dish. She feels the glide of the sponge against the ceramic plate surface. A gentle scrubbing that wipes away not just the remnants of the meal, but also the worries tucked away in the corners of her busy mind. As her hands move through the cool water, she becomes aware of the sensations, the warmth enveloping her skin, slip and slide of bubbles receding as she rinses each dish. The air is fragrant with the citrus scent of the dish soap, mingling with the faint smell of the rosemary she had chopped earlier. She notices how, with each pass of the sponge, not only does the plate become cleaner, but with each stroke, her thoughts began to clear as well. The rhythm of the washing becomes meditative, soft ebb and flows. She works her way through the pile. Every clatter of a plate, the soft sound of glass against glass, becomes a reminder of the present. Each dish is unique, a small treasure with its own chipped edges and faded patterns, each telling a story of family meals and quiet moments shared. Clara finds her mind drifting, yet gently steers it back, noticing without judgment when it wanders off to to-do lists or concerns about tomorrow. With each exhale, she reminds herself, just this, just now. As the final plate emerges from the water, she holds it up, its surface gleaming in the kitchen's soft light, and for a brief moment, she simply admires it. Here, in this ordinary chore, she discovers beauty, a testament of nourishment and love. Not just for her family, but for herself too. She places it on the drying rack, and the sound of water dripping is almost musical as farewell to the burdens of the past few hours. The kitchen now reflects her gentle heart. The remains from dinner cleaned away, space opening up for something new. Her hands dried themselves on a dish towel, the fabric soft against her fingers, a tactile reminder of the warmth that envelops her from within. She senses the air, cool on her cheeks from the open window, carries the smell of rainy drops still tapping softly against the glass, cues embracing the solitude of the kitchen. In that moment, Clara turns and moves toward the window where the rain continues to fall. Outside, droplets create a symphony on rooftops and sidewalks, each one a tiny note in a larger composition, blending with the wind, weaving a tapestry of sound that seems to echo her internal state of peaceful rhythm. She allows herself to stand there for a while, just watching, letting the sounds wash over her like the warm water she had just used to cleanse the day's dishes. A world unfolds before her. Flowers dance in the rain, droplets glistening on their petals like diamonds. Leaves shimmer, brightening the gray day. A bird hops along the wet ground, searching for food, completely unbothered by the weather. How liberating, she thinks, to move through life with such joyful freedom and bound by the constraints of worry. It's a gentle reminder that she, too, can choose to be present, to savor each moment, whether in the act of washing dishes or in witnessing the world outside her window. With a sigh, she steps back from the window, her heart buoyed by the stillness within her. She feels the warmth of awareness spreading through her, a gentle glow etched into the fabric of her being. Empty now, the sink glistens, but it's not just the clean plates. There is an inner clarity that she nurtures, growing with care. She reflects, is the beauty of the everyday, a gift wrapped in soft moments, if only we take the time to unwrap them as she moves back into her spacious kitchen. Freed of the remnants of the day, Clara chuckles softly to herself. Tomorrow, without doubt, there will be more dishes, more moments to gather her scattered thoughts. But for now, she savors the calm, knowing she holds the power to return to this stillness whenever she chooses. A beacon guiding her through life's flow. In the quiet sanctuary of her kitchen, Clara has touched a gentle truth. Life unfolds in the soft moments, the dishes we wash, the rain that falls, the simple act of being present. And in that presence lies the serene acceptance of all that is. A reminder that even the busy, chaotic rhythm of life can slow down to the soft beat of a heart at peace. As you step back into your world, Carry this calm within you. Let it guide you gently like the rain, assuring you that stillness is always just a breath away. In the early hours of the morning, when the world is still wrapped in the tender embrace of slumber, there exists a sacred space within the rhythm of the ordinary. In this space, let your breath be an anchor, a gentle rise and fall as you allow your thoughts to drift like soft clouds across an expansive sky. Feel the warmth of the early light spill through the window, carrying within it the promise of a new day. As you settle into this moment, notice the sounds that weave through the stillness: a faint chirping of birds, the distant hum of a city, awakening in a quiet staccato of your own heartbeat. Each beat a reminder of your presence here and now. Imagine, if you will, a small kitchen on a day that feels like every other day, yet is touched by the magic of the mundane. The air is fragrant with the last remnants of breakfast, perhaps the sweet, lingering scent of pancakes or the rich aroma of brewed coffee. Sunlight dances across the counter, illuminating the gentle dust motes that waltz through the light. You stand before the sink, a quiet pool of calm in the ever-turning wheel of life. The dishes rest in their own form of stillness, remnants of connection and conversation piled in front of you. As you roll up your sleeves, feel the coolness of the porcelain against your fingertips. Each dish, each spoon, is a vessel of memories, carrying the echoes of laughter, shared stories, and moments of warmth. With the slow turn of the tap, water rushes forth, clear and pure, filling the sink with a soothing sound, a brook babbling softly as it meanders through a forest. You immerse your hands in the warm water, allowing the heat to envelop you, washing over you like a gentle embrace. Notice the sensation of the water cascading down your wrists, softening the tension in your shoulders. Here, in this simple act, you are reminded of the tranquility found in being present. The soap bubbles rise, frothy and delicate, reflecting a spectrum of light. They shimmer like tiny orbs of joy, floating momentarily before surrendering to gravity. You take a moment to watch them, your mind free of all else, and in this moment, everything else fades away: the worries of tomorrow, the weight of yesterday leaving. Just this. With a soft cloth, you begin to wash the first plate, cradling it in your hands. Smooth surface glides against your palm, the texture so familiar, yet always unique. As you clean, you immerse yourself in the rhythm of the action. Each swipe of the cloth, a gentle caress, a meditation of its own. Feel the soapiness, the coolness turning warm, the slight resistance of the surface yielding to your touch. As you move from dish to dish, allow the sound of water splashing to fill your ears, the tranquil symphony of droplets cascading down, a melody that echoes the words of a forgotten lullaby, soothing and profound. Each clink of ceramic against ceramic becomes a note in the symphony, a reminder of the beauty in connection. In the mundane, a thought flits through your mind, perhaps a fleeting concern or a task yet to be completed, but instead of engaging with it, you allow it to drift past like a leaf on a gentle stream. With each breath, you ground yourself back into the sensations, water warm against your skin, the weight of the dish resting in your palm, the soft warmth of the air wrapping around you. You immerse yourself deeper, becoming aware of your breath woven through this act. Inhale, hold for a moment, and exhale, releasing any tension, any worry. In this simple exchange of breaths, of movements, you find a rhythm and unhurried cadence that mirrors the rise and fall of the world outside. You pause momentarily, stepping back from the sink, observing the plates lined up next to you, sparkling under the sunlight like small treasures gathered from the depths of a great ocean. Allow yourself to appreciate the act itself, the care and intention beneath the surface. This is more than just cleaning. It is a nurturing of space, a cultivation of care that ripples beyond the confines of these walls. As the water begins to cool, You revel in the sensation of the change, the air now slightly crisp against your damp hands. You reach for the last dish, a humble bowl etched with patterns of faded flowers. Its surface tells a story of meals shared, of moments cherished. With reverence, you clean away the remnants of yesterday, letting it shine anew for the moments yet to come. And as you set the final dish aside, you take a moment to pause, to appreciate the work completed, the simplicity that now surrounds you. The kitchen, once a chaotic medley of breakfast remnants, now mirrors a sense of peace, each item in its place, each surface gleaming, alive with possibility. You lean against the counter for a moment, becoming aware of your breath, again gentle, steady, a reminder of your own presence. In this space, you recognize the profound connection to the moment and to yourself. Life is in these simple axe-washing dishes, breathing in and out, allowing the present to be your guide. With the final glance around the kitchen, you acknowledge the stillness you've cultivated, an offering to yourself. You step away from the sink, carrying this tranquility into the unfolding day. The memory of water and warmth, the harmony of the ordinary, a gentle echo in your heart. Each moment ahead holds the potential for mindfulness, a chance to practice presence as surely as you have in the quiet symphony of steam and sunbeams that enveloped you this morning. As you step back into the world, may you carry with you essence of stillness found in that simple act. Each moment offers an invitation to immerse yourself in the beauty of the present, to remember that within the fabric of the ordinary lies extraordinary peace. Breathe deeply and let your heart be open to whatever unfolds. Each day is a new canvas. May you paint it with the colors of awareness, one mindful stroke at a time. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath, allowing the air to fill your lungs. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, a gentle reminder of your presence here and now. Let your shoulders soften as the world outside begins to fade, making room for the stillness within. Notice how the space around you welcomes you, silent, unhurried, embracing. Together, let us embark on a journey that unfolds at the rhythm of your own heartbeat, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary in the tapestry of mindfulness. Imagine a quiet afternoon where the sky is a canvas of gray, its clouds heavy with promise. You find yourself in a simple kitchen, the late sun filtering through the window, illuminating the gentle swirls of dust dancing in the air. It's a sanctuary of sorts, a space where the cacophony of the world subsides, and all that exists is the alluring quietude awaiting you as you stand at the sink. The warm water cascades from the faucet, a gentle torrent cascading over your hands as you immerse them in the soothing embrace of warmth. With each droplet, feel the soft caress upon your skin, a reminder of life's small joys. You take a moment to breathe deeply, inhaling the clean scent of the dish soap. Sharp yet comforting, a fragrance infused with the memories of home-cooked meals and friendly gatherings. The dishes before you reflect the story of the day faded. Floral patterns on plates, remnants of laughter and shared moments, some draped in the remnants of sundry meals, a testament to nourishment shared. With a sponge in hand, you tilt the first plate toward the light, observing the way the water clings, tiny beads gathering and glistening, momentarily suspended before surrendering to gravity, spiraling down to join the others in the basin. As you begin to scrub, the rhythmic motion becomes a form of meditation. Each circle you trace is a momentary journey, a dance of intention. Notice how the sponge glides over the china, the texture of the plate beneath it a smooth expanse. A dash of warmth lingering just beneath the surface, echoing the essence of those who have gathered before you, their hearts woven into the fabric of family meals. You listen now, truly listen to the sound that envelopes you. The gentle splash of water, the melody of a distant bird calling from the trees outside, the subtle rustling of leaves stirred by a soft breeze. Each sound harmonizes in a soothing chorus, echoing the cadence of your breath, slowing the relentless march of time. You feel the weight of distractions lighten, falling away like the bubbles that rise and pop in the soapy water, liberating you into this moment. Letting go of judgment, you watch as bits of food float to the surface, watching white specks drifting, disappearing, much like fleeting thoughts. They come, they linger, and they leave. And so too, you can allow your thoughts to wander. Feel the gratitude for the nourishment each meal has brought, and with it, the ability to wash the past away, rediscovering the simplicity of the now. Continuing your work, you move to the next dish, an earthy clay bowl, the texture of its surface familiar under your fingertips. You can feel the weight of it, grounding you more fully in this now. It tells stories of family recipes, vibrant gatherings, laughter echoing like music. As you scrub, you notice not just the grime, but the history, the connection, the life that nourishes the soul. Savor the sensation of the water as it drizzles over your wrist, cool yet somehow revitalizing, sending a gentle shiver up your arm, awakening the senses. Each movement becomes deliberate, your body swaying slightly as the rhythm of washing draws you deeper into the moment. A keen awareness unfolds like a flower blooming in your mind, revealing the beauty nestled within the ordinary. You take a moment to look out the window. The rain has begun to fall, gentle patters growing into a magnificent symphony playing on rooftops, sidewalks, whispering through the leaves. Each droplet falls, a fleeting moment in time, merging effortlessly into pools on the ground. Each drop, a reminder of life's continuity, a mirror to your own gentle spirals of thought. As they ebb and flow like waves against the shore of your consciousness, you feel the warmth on your back from the sun that still fights to claim its space amidst the gray. Here you are alive, present in the here and now, the water flowing, the dish in your hands, the rain softening the edges of the world outside, a delicate fusion of warmth and coolness, comfort and renewal. With the final dish rinsed clean, you hang the dishcloth to dry, a still life completed. As you step back, take a moment to appreciate the quiet gleam of the plates, the glistening silverware, a testament to your presence and care. You look around your small sanctuary, imbued with your gratitude, the serenity of simplicity washing over you, and in this quiet interlude, you realize you are not just cleaning dishes. You are participating in life, savoring each moment, connecting deeply with the rhythm of existence. The mundane transcends the ordinary, intertwining past and present, wrapping around your heart like a gentle embrace as the rain continues its soft dance against the window. The world outside feels distant, blurred, yet inviting. You can hear the faint sound of the wind weaving through the branches, a gentle reminder of resilience, of transformation. In the distance, the murmur of life goes on, but here, in this moment, within the confines of this kitchen, you are at peace in the stillness of this moment. Embrace the understanding that simplicity holds great wisdom. Let the cycle of washing and cleaning, of breathing and being, remind you that every ripple of kindness contributes to the tapestry of life. As you stand in this tranquility, carry the essence of this mindful encounter with you, and as you leave, remember that life, much like this raindrop, is a fleeting gift that invites you to fully immerse yourself in its beauty, just as it is. As you settle into this moment, take a soft breath, gently inhaling through the nose, feeling the coolness of the air as it enters your lungs. Hold that breath for just a heartbeat, and then, with a slow, deliberate exhale, let the weight of your day drift away like clouds across a summer sky. Allow your shoulders to soften, your hands to rest, and your heart to open to the world just as it is, unfiltered and whole. In this space of stillness, we will wander together through a simple experience, an experience that holds within it the potential for profound presence in the quiet of an early morning. When the sun begins to rise and the world is swathed in a gentle golden glow, you find yourself in the kitchen. The air is cool against your skin, a refreshing herald of the day ahead. You walk toward the sink, each step mindful, each footfall a tender connection to the ground beneath you. The dishes from last night still linger like whispers of yesterday's laughter and conversation. You turn on the faucet, and the sound of water rushing fills the air, a soothing melody amidst the stillness. As the water cascades, droplets dance and shimmer in the light, creating a symphony of tiny splashes and murmurs. You take a moment to watch, mesmerized by the fluid grace of the water as the bowl fills. Your focus narrows, and you can feel the temperature change, the warm moisture filling the space around you. You reach for a sponge, its texture familiar and comforting in your palm. Dip it into the soapy water, watching as bubbles rise and swirl, a universe unto themselves. Each one reflecting the shimmering light, each one alive with possibility. With intention, you begin to wash the sponge, gliding over the surface of a plate. The suds foam and gather, a frothy reminder of the gentle cycles of life. As you scrub, you can feel the resistance of the grime, the remnants of meals shared, the fingerprints of moments that have passed. And as you work, allow your thoughts to come and go like passing clouds, drifting without attachment. Just acknowledging their presence, you place the plate under the stream of clear water, and with a gentle tilt, watch as the bubbles slide off, carried away into a clean, pristine stream. There is satisfaction in this small act, a sense of accomplishment intertwined with gratitude for the nourishment this plate once held. Next, lift a silver fork, its surface gleaming like a shard of the morning sun. As the water flows over it, you feel the coolness of the metal contrast with the warmth in your hand. Each whisk of the sponge across its tines becomes a dance of partnership between your intention and the task at hand. You discover each piece reflects not just its form, but also the memories held within the laughter of friends, the stories told, the nurturing shared over meals. The rhythm of the task begins to envelop you. Rinse, scrub, set aside. Rinse, scrub, set aside. Each movement flows seamlessly into the next, a gentle tide of intention washing over you. The dish towel waits patiently on the counter, soft and inviting, ready to embrace the dishes as they emerge anew from their cleansing. You take a moment to pause, to surrender to the stillness that has unfolded around you. The rhythm of the world continues outside, but within this kitchen, time seems to expand, stretching moments into infinity and infusing the mundane with pure presence. The sunbeams filter through the window, casting playful shadows, creating patterns on the countertop, an intricate dance of light and dark. Your hands continue their work, but in this pause, you allow yourself to simply be. You listen to the subtle sounds, birds outside, a distant car passing by, the gentle hum of the refrigerator, one symphony of existence flowing into another. You notice the warmth in your chest, akin to the sun's light filtering through, a glow that resonates quietly within you as you finish washing and start to dry. The soft texture of the towel against the warm porcelain becomes a rich sensation. It's one that speaks to you about care and attentiveness. Each pat becomes a whisper of appreciation, a reminder that in every act, potential for mindfulness lies patiently waiting to be discovered. You reach for the last item, a beloved coffee mug, surface warm and familiar, etched with the memories of quiet mornings and sacred sips. You feel the contours and curves in your palm, a reminder of rituals that ground you in the present. With a gentle breath, you wipe its surface, remembering the warmth of the brew inside, how it nourished not just your body, but your spirit. And then, with each piece done, you look at the sink, now empty and pristine, and take a moment to breathe deeply. The task complete, a simplicity lays before you, a moment of mindfulness birthed from the everyday act of cleaning. It ebbs and flows, a gentle acknowledgement of cyclical nature, the intertwined threads of actions, thoughts, and being. Outside, the world continues on its own path, but for you, time has taken on a different shape. The dishes, once a burden, have transformed into a meditation. The act does not need to end. It extends into the day. You carry this presence with you into each interaction, each step, each choice, as you wash away the last remnants of soap with a flick of water. There is a reminder that each moment holds its own beauty, its own merit. You stand now, feeling the stillness in the air, knowing that the simplicity of being vibrant, alive, and aware of each moment is within reach at any time. With a final, gentle sigh, you let go of what was and embrace what is in the gentle warmth of the morning light. As the dishes have found their place in the drying rack, you realize that the true nourishment comes not just from sharing meals, but from the stillness cultivated in the acts of care. Each moment is an invitation to embrace presence and notice the beauty in the ordinary. And as you step away from the sink, may you carry this awareness into the vast tapestry of your day, a steady reminder that every breath holds a world of possibility, waiting patiently for you to arrive. In a world that often pulls us in countless directions, closing your eyes for a moment and listening can feel like returning home. Take a deep breath, letting the air fill your lungs, feeling the coolness as it passes through you like a gentle river. Feel the rise of your chest, the expansion of your being, and then, as you slowly exhale, release any tension held within. Imagine each breath is a wave, lapping softly at the shore of your awareness, inviting you to be fully present, right here, right now. Allow yourself to settle into the warmth of this moment, where time slows and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. They were just dishes, piled in the sink like a forgotten mountain, yet there was an invitation in their mere presence. She approached them after a long day, ready to engage in this simple act of cleaning. The kitchen, sunlit and warm, held the scent of remnants from the earlier meal, a hint of rosemary, a whisper of garlic, and the comforting heaviness of love infused in every flavor. As she turned on the faucet, water began to flow, its sound a gentle symphony, a cascading promise of renewal. She placed her hands beneath the stream, feeling its cool touch wash over her skin. The sensation was grounding, pushing her worries aside like fallen leaves in a soft breeze. In this moment, she was aware of the water pooling in her palms, glistening, droplets balancing on her fingertips, suspended in time. She took a breath, allowing herself to soften, to melt into the rhythm of the moment. As she reached for the first dish plate, still holding the remnants of a joyful dinner, she felt its weight, its texture, the edges smooth and familiar, as if welcoming her home. She closed her eyes for a heartbeat, remembering laughter shared around this very table. With intention and a gentle touch, she submerged the plate in the soapy water. The bubbles danced like tiny stars, reflecting light and creating a miniature universe within the sink. Each swipe of the cloth against the ceramic was an echo of presence, a silent promise to honor this everyday ritual. Suds built up and splashed, tiny bubbles escaping and floating away, as if each one carried a piece of her day with its frustrations, hopes, moments of fear, all dissolving into the warm water. What remained was a sense of simplicity, clarity, like the clean surface of the newly washed plate, reflecting the light, reflecting her. The soft clink of glass as she lifted a drinking glass from the water brought her back to the moment, resonating like a bell, calling her attention. Today, the glass was more than just glass. It was the vessel of connection, the means through which friends had sipped laughter and conversations. It was fragile, yet strong, much like the bonds she nurtured in her life. As she scrubbed and rinsed each item, she found herself drifting into a meditative space, the world outside fading into a distant murmur. There was no rushing, no agenda demanding her attention, just the present and its simple tasks. As she turned to the pot, grimy and stubborn, she realized this was just like life. Some experiences stick to you, seem difficult to scrub away, but with patience, they too can become clean. She poured a little more detergent into the pot and watched as the bubbles formed, expanding and eventually spilling over the edge. There was beauty in their transience, a softness that invited her to let go. Just like thoughts that arise in her mind, the worry about a friend, the uncertainty of tomorrow bubbles, too, are fleeting. She felt a wave of understanding wash over her. Nothing clings forever unless we hold tightly to it. The steam from the hot water curled up toward her face, warming her skin and swirling like a gentle embrace. Inhaling deeply, she took in the sweet scent of dish soap, mingling with the lingering fragrance of the afternoon meal. Time dripped slowly as she moved from dish to dish, her heart sinking with the rhythm of the water, each stroke of the cloth reverberating softly within her. Her thoughts, once chaotic, began to settle, like leaves falling gently, one by one, onto the surface of a still pond. With every action, she surrendered deeper into the moment, each dish an opportunity to practice presence. She noticed how her shoulders eased from their tightness, how her breathing became fluid, mirroring the flow of water, washing away the past. It's like a gentle tide caressing the shore. With one final sip of mindfulness, she placed the last dish on the drying rack, watching as the water droplets clung to its surface, sparkling. The transformation was complete. A simple task, yet so layered with intention and discovery. As the warm sunlight filtered through the window, illuminating the drying dishes, she felt a sense of satisfaction blossom within her. Nothing in the universe had sought her approval. For this moment simply existed as it was, each item now dry. She took a step back and let herself be enveloped in the warmth of her surroundings, in the stillness that lingered like a gentle reminder. Silence wrapped around her like a soft blanket in the quiet aftermath of the simple act of washing dishes. She discovered something profound, a gentle awareness that every moment, when fully embraced, is a chance to be present. With each breath, in every drop of water, she realized that in letting go, in dissolving judgments and expectations, life flows as it is meant to. Just as water finds its way through every obstacle, so too does the heart find peace within the stream of being. In stillness, surrounded by the quiet echo of her thoughts, she felt whole, nourished by the simplicity of the now. In this moment, I invite you to settle into your seat, to rest your body gently against the support beneath you. Let your breath flow in and out like the soft waves of a quiet sea. With each inhale, feel the air fill your lungs, expanding your chest, your belly. And as you exhale, release any tension that may have woven itself into your being, letting it drift away like autumn leaves on a gentle breeze. Here, now, is a space untouched by the rush of the outside world, an opportunity to dwell in stillness, to simply be. Allow your awareness to soften, to cradle the here and now with an open heart. Let the story unfold, inviting you deeper into the present, where every sound, every sensation, every pause breathes life into this moment. On a sun-dappled Saturday afternoon, the small kitchen, filled with the aroma of freshly brewed tea, becomes the setting for a quiet journey into presence. The old wooden table bears witness to the gentle clinking of porcelain as a pair of teacups settle into their places. The golden light filters through the window, painting warm patterns across the counter inviting a moment of stillness, a breath of awareness. Within this space stands Emma, her hands immersed in the delicate choreography of washing dishes. It's a simple chore, yet today it transforms into a landscape rich with experience. The sink, filled with warm soapy water, swirls with bubbles, glinting like scattered stars, waiting to be discovered. Each cup, each plate, invites her touch-moved ceramic, cool glass, and textured metal. Each has a story, a purpose. As she picks up the first dish, a vibrant bowl bursting with the remnants of last night's salad, she takes a moment to simply observe the mosaic of soft greens and faded reds. She feels the coolness of the bowl beneath her fingertips, noticing the tiny curves and dips, the way the light glances off its surface. She submerges it into the soothing water, watching as the sudsea tendrils swirl around it, almost like a dance. Cleansing the remnant of yesterday, the sound of the water gentle gurgles. The soft splash of liquid meeting porcelain fills the air, harmonizing with the subtle hum of the kettle still warming on the stove. There is a rhythm to it, a melody that invites her deeper. In this moment, she finds herself breathing with the flow of the water, the cyclical nature of washing reflecting the cycles of life itself. The past, the present, and the future all meet in this simple act, an expanse of time distilled into the fullness of now. With each new dish, her mind flutters momentarily, like a butterfly, two thoughts of tasks left undone, of what awaits her after this routine but essential task. Yet, she notices the flitting, the inevitable distractions, and gently invites her awareness back to the feel of the sponge in her hand. The texture of the dish, the warmth of the water enveloping her fingers. She does not rush, does not judge. She simply observes and returns again and again to the present. As she rinses the bowl, the water cascades down like a crystal waterfall, the droplets catching the light before they fall away into the clear drain. She takes a moment, pausing to listen to this symphony of sounds, the tinkling of water, the distant chirping of birds outside, the faint rustle of leaves dancing in the breeze. Each note is a reminder of the world beyond her kitchen, yet so vividly present, each moment a gem awaiting her attention. The sun begins its descent, casting softer shadows, draping warmth against her back as she picks up the next dish, a simple plate embossed with swirling designs. So many meals have been served upon its surface, she muses, so many gatherings, stories shared over clinking forks and laughter. She feels gratitude swell within her and her heart. It's a connection to the moments woven into these objects. It's an acknowledgement of their presence in her life with every stroke of the sponge. She finds herself not merely cleaning, but engaging in a kind of communion with her surroundings. Mindful of the bubbles disappearing as they dance away, she acknowledges the transient nature of all things. Here now and gone later, much like thoughts that arise and fade, like moments that sparkle only in their immediacy. There is beauty in this, a soft acceptance that life is an ebb and flow, a cycle of coming and going. Then, tranquility embraces her as she reaches for the teapot, its rounded body warm against her palms, a vessel that holds not just tea, but shared moments of tranquility with friends, laughter over stories steeped in warmth. She rinses it with care, mindful of its delicate spout, allowing the water to flow freely, washing away the remnants of time spent brewing conversation, of warmth shared. With each action, Emma realizes that she is not just washing dishes. She is washing her worries, swiping away the dust of the past week, the obligations that cling like cobwebs. In this very act, she imbues the mundane with mindfulness, transforming it into a meditative practice, uncovering the sacredness hidden in everyday activities. The final disha. Solitary fork sits gleaming in the sink, as if waiting for its moment of contemplation. She smiles, thinking of how it had been part of meals shared, a fuel that nourished love and connection. As she cleans the fork, she twirls it gently between her fingers, aware of the metal's cool texture, its weight. Reassuring in her hand, she is reminded that even the simplest objects hold the essence of experiences, streams, and connections yet unrealized. Finishing her wash, Emma basks in the moment. The kitchen is now filled with an expressive stillness, a sanctuary of serenity. As she wipes her hands on a soft cloth, she notices the in-breath and the out-breath of her body, the pulse of life that flows within. Steady and grounding. The sun dips lower outside, painting the sky in hues of gold and violet, casting a soft glow through the window like a gentle reminder that even the day must come to an end. But the moments we hold can linger dearly within our hearts. Emma looks around her kitchen, now sparkling with attention, and feels a deep sense of peace settling in her chest. Quiet knowing that in the ebb and flow of life, there lies an abundance of beauty in each present moment. As you bring this story to a close, allow the sensations and reflections to echo within you. Like the quiet whispers of water, recognize the beauty in your own rhythm, in the small moments of your day that reflect the greater tapestry of your life. May you carry with you a reminder of the simple yet profound peace found in mindfulness, softness of presence, the warmth of gratitude, and the stillness that invites joy in being. Breathe deeply, and as you exhale, let this moment settle in, a gentle touchstone you may return to again and again. As the sun begins its slow ascent, casting gentle beams of warm light into your space, take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing your breath to find its own natural rhythm. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, cool and refreshing, and then, softly, release it, letting go of any tension you may be holding in your body. Notice the subtle sounds around you, the distant chirping of birds, greeting the day, the muffled whispers of leaves stirred by a gentle breeze. In this moment, let your awareness settle into the present, inviting you to engage with the unfolding of your own story, to be fully here. Right now, imagine yourself standing in a quiet kitchen, the world outside still wrapped in the embrace of dawn. The light pours in through the window, casting a golden glow on the surfaces around you, creating delicate patterns of shadow and light. You are alone, cradled in the soft stillness of morning, and the day stretches before you, unmarked and full of potential. As you move towards the sink, a sense of calm envelops you. The soft hum of the refrigerator is a reminder of life continuing around you, steady and unhurried. You turn on the tap, the water flows steadily, a gentle stream that splashes against the sides of the porcelain basin, filling the air with a deep, soft, soothing sound. Each droplet is a tiny universe bursting with possibility as you allow your thoughts to drift. Like leaves carried on the surface of a quiet pond, you dip your hands into the cool water, feeling the refreshing chill as it envelops your fingers. Each sensation awakens your senses. The smoothness of the dish in your hands, the warmth of your breath against your skin, the glimmer of light dancing on the surface of the water. It is an invitation, a moment just for you, an opportunity to explore the richness of the present. You reach for a dish, its surface gleaming slightly from the remnants of yesterday's meal. With mindful intention, you begin to wash, letting the soap foam up and create a soft lather. The bubbles rise and drift, dancing playfully before they dissolve into the water. There is an aliveness in this simple act, each movement deliberate and imbued with care. As you scrub away the remnants of food, a myriad of thoughts begin to surface. They flit through your mind like fragments of dreams, some gently tugging at the edges of your attention. Perhaps the worries of what lies ahead today, or the reflections of yesterday that still linger. But here, in the warmth of this moment, you allow those thoughts to float by like clouds in a vast sky, acknowledged without judgment, and then released. Listen again. The water gurgles softly, washing away not just the remnants of meals, but also the busyness of the mind. The scent of the dish soap fills the air, sweet and sharp, a reminder of the present, of this very moment where you find yourself. Tap into that scent, ground yourself in the familiar, the tactile, and allow it to anchor you here with each dish you rinse. You notice the patterns, of mosaic of past gatherings, of laughter and stories shared over food. Each curve and edge holds a memory, and you give thanks for those moments, soft and nourishing. The simple act transforms into a meditation, an offering where your hands become an extension of your presence, scrubbing away not just dirt, but also distractions. You pause for a moment, lifting your hands from the water. A smile unfurls on your lips, a gentle expression of gratitude for this quiet ritual. The sun grows warmer, infusing the space with golden light, reminding you of the warmth within. You take a breath, deepening your awareness of this moment, feeling how the mundane becomes extraordinary when viewed through the lens of presence. You reach for another dish, this one slightly chipped at the edge, evidence of a life lived, filled with imperfect beauty. You let your fingers trace the edge, a gentle caress. In that moment, you remember that life itself is much like this dish, filled with cracks and imperfections, yet still whole and worthy of love. As you wash it, you embrace the beauty within impermanence, the fleeting niche of each moment, and the precious essence that continues to flow through your life. You hear the soft drip of water, the lull of the everyday as it unfolds before you. It carries the rhythm of life itself, the ebb and flow, the rise and fall, the stillness nestled within motion. Each movement becomes a dance, your hands swirling in harmony with the water. You delve deeper into this sensation, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back, the groundedness of your feet on the cool tile floor beneath you. You begin to notice the play of light on the dishes, tiny rainbows refracted in the bubbles. For a moment, you become the witnessy, gentle observer of this simple spectacle. You appreciate how nature's art is here, in the kitchen, in the act of washing dishes. You breathe in, expanding your awareness, letting the beauty of this everyday moment illuminate your spirit. As you rinse the last dish, your hands moving fluidly through the water, you feel a sense of completion and mindfulness flood through you. The rhythm of your breath synchronizes with the rhythm of your tasks. This state of awareness, intertwined with the mundane, shifted into something profound, a deep appreciation for just being here. In this kitchen, in this moment, fully alive, you glance out the window where the world beyond is awakening. Sunlight spilling over rooftops, the shadows retreating, giving way to the day. A light breeze slips through the open window, carrying with it the scent of blooming flowers, a reminder of life's constant renewal. With a heart full of gratitude, you set down the last dish to dry, realizing that the act of washing dishes has taught you something essential, that every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds a promise of stillness and grace. In this quiet morning, as you wipe your hands on a cloth, you carry forward the wisdom of presence, that in the simplest acts of life, in the warmth of everyday rituals, there lies a sanctuary. You step back into the world beyond your kitchen, knowing that you can return to this stillness anytime. Just breathe. Allow life to learn from you as you learn from each fleeting moment, each wave that flows in and out, ever reminding you of your place in the vast tapestry of existence. In the gentle quiet of your home, let a breath settle softly into your belly, as if cradling a small bird. The day unfolds like a tender leaf, glistening with the dew of possibility. As you let go of the busyness of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow, invite yourself into this moment, this heartbeat in time. Feel the air wrap around you, a soft embrace that whispers, "You are here." There is nowhere else to be, And in this space, everything is just as it should be. The sun draped itself lazily across the kitchen counter, casting golden hues onto the worn wooden surface. A kettle hummed softly on the stove, a quiet conversation of steam and warmth. The air was infused with a lingering scent of morning coffee, rich and inviting, wrapping around like a favorite blanket on a cool day. You stand before the sink, the dishes waiting patiently in a gentle curve, a small mountain of porcelain and glass, of silver and stainless steel. Each piece, a memory, a bowl filled with laughter, a plate where love had been served, a cup that cradled warmth as stories were shared. There is a delicate balance between the ordinary and the profound, and in this moment, you allow yourself to notice as you pick up the first dish. Cool and smooth in your hands, the water runs a cascade of clarity over the surface. You turn the faucet and the sound envelops you, a rhythmic flow that resonates with the heartbeat of the world outside. In the quiet of your home, everything else fades, becoming a soft hum somewhere in the distance. You immerse the plate in warm, soapy water, bubbles rising, creating a mini universe of their own, shimmering and dancing in the light. Each touch causes ripples, small but meaningful. The sensation of the water is a balm, caressing your fingers, an invitation to feel fully alive. You notice the warmth traveling from your fingertips up your arms, a gentle reminder of the life coursing through you as you scrub the surface. The grit slips away, leaving behind a shining path, a metaphor for the worries that linger in your thoughts. Each circular motion draws your focus deeper, leading you further into the moment. Water splashes lightly, a playful dance against the porcelain. And you chuckle softly, the sound breaking the silence. A tiny integration of joy into the mundane. Thoughts arise, schedules, tasks, questions of the day like clouds passing in the vast sky of your mind. You observe them, noticing their shapes and colors without judgment. They float by, a steady stream that cannot distract you from the warmth of your hands, the gentle strength of your body as it bends and sways. You allow the thoughts to pass, acknowledging them like visitors, yet inviting them not to settle too long. Each dish, each utensil, is a striking reminder of connection, to the people you share meals with, to the moments gathered around a table. The glass glimmers, catching the sunlight, its transparency reflecting back the world around you. You reach for a fork, its cool, metallic surface grounding you, linking you to the present. You marvel at how something as simple as a fork can carry with it the weight of every meal, every shared laugh, every struggle resolved over a simple meal. As you soak the utensils, the water bubbles around your hands, lively and effervescent. You begin to feel the rhythm of your breath, deep and even. In this steady flow, you find a mirror for your own internal landscape. With each inhale, you gather more awareness, and with each exhale, you release what does not belong in this moment. Time feels different here, stretched like dough, kneaded with intention, each second expanding, filling space with stillness. Plates tumble into the drying rack. Barely, you hear the subtle clinks and clangs, a quiet orchestra performing just for you. The harmony serves as a reminder of the beauty in the mundane, the art that lies in the everyday. Somewhere outside, a bird chirps, a celebratory note that lifts the air, inviting you to join in the symphony of now. You pause, listening to its song, a reminder of the vibrant life that surrounds you. The sun journeys across the sky overhead, tracing paths of light that dance along the walls, changing the canvas of your kitchen. With every minute, you resume your task. Eyes soft and focused, allowing laughter and love to fill your heart as you care for each item, cherishing what they represent. In this bright space, you are a caretaker, not just of dishes, but of moments filled with compassion and warmth. And as your hands continue their work, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, wiping the last dish, You feel a flicker of satisfaction, a warmth that spirals outward into your being. You let the water drain from the sink, watching it swirl and slide away, taking with it the remnants of the task. You breathe in the fragrance of soap, mingling with the earthy aroma of drying dishes, and hear the gradual quiet settle upon your shoulders, offering a lightness that feels liberating. As you dry your hands on a soft towel, the texture envelops you in its familiar embrace, and your heart swells at the simplicity of this moment. You stand there, present and fully embraced by the richness of now. Everything you've done, every sound, every feeling has come together in this untouched instant of tapestry of life woven from the threads of being. Slowly, you step back from the sink, and as the sun continues to dip lower in the sky, you feel a sense of completion, not just with the dishes, but with the experience of being. You are reminded that within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, and the present moment is both a refuge and a canvas. This stillness, this peace, remains within you, a gentle reminder that no matter where you go, you can always return to the warmth of your breath, to the ebb and flow of life's gentle rhythm. In this moment, as you settle into your space, take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, expanding gently like a soft wave caressing the shore. As you exhale, release any lingering thoughts or worries, allowing them to slip away like leaves drifting down a tranquil stream. Close your eyes if you wish, and let the world around you fade into a soft murmur, drawing your attention inward. Picture the richness of the present moment, the warmth of the air, the gentle weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you. Here, there is nothing to do, where to go, just the rhythm of your breath guiding you into a stillness that blooms like a flower unfolding. Once upon a time, in a small, sun-dappled kitchen, a woman named Clara found herself standing before the sink, her hands submerged in warm, soapy water. The midday light poured through the window, casting golden beams that danced across the countertop like playful children. Each plate she lifted was a token of a meal shared, a story told, a moment captured in the gentle rhythm of daily life. As she picked up a chipped teacup, she noticed its delicate handle, the thin porcelain warm against her fingertips. She cradled it thoughtfully, allowing the memory of the warm tea she had sipped only hours earlier to wrap around her like a comforting shawl. She felt a moment's pause, a soft whisper of gratitude blooming within her heart. This cup had borne witness to laughter and quiet mornings, to solitude and the company of dear friends. The water swirled around her hands, making soft, gurgling sounds as it embraced the dishes. Each splash was like music, a symphony of ordinary yet beautiful moments. Clara let the sensations wash over, heard the soothing warmth of the water, the gentle soap that bubbled and foamed, the coolness of the ceramic as she rinsed away the remnants of the past meal. She was present in that moment, not hurrying to finish, but immersed in the simple act of cleansing as she moved from cup to plate. She became aware of the rhythmic beat of her heart, steady and calming, like the distant echo of a drum. The world outside the window faded, the bustling noises softened, till all that remained was the unity of her being with this simple task. In and out, the water flowed, and with it, her thoughts began to settle like dust in a sunbeam. Her mind occasionally drifted toward the day's tasks, pulled by the tendrils of to-do lists that loomed larger grocery store run, a phone call to an old friend, a promise to finish a report. But as each thought arose, she saw it like a cloud passing through the vastness of a clear blue sky, acknowledging it without judgment, letting it float on by. She returned her focus gently to the here and now, the warm water welcoming her back into its embrace. Time became elastic. Minutes stretched as she embraced each dish. A fork glistened like a small silver treasure, and she savored the feel of its handle as she scrubbed away the remnants of the last meal. With each stroke, she could feel the stresses of her day dissolve into the mundane, the beauty in its simplicity, revealing self like the face of an old friend. The kitchen was alive with scents, the faint hint of rosemary from the previous night's dinner lingering in the air, mixing with the clean, fresh scent of the soapy bubbles. Clara inhaled deeply, savoring the richness of the moment, the tapestry of smells entwined with her memories. She felt the softness of the sponge in her hand, the gentle pressure against the dish, like a soft caress reminding her, here and now, was the only place she needed to be. As she reached for a wooden spoon, a small flash of sunlight caught its polished surface, reflecting back the warmth of the day. She held it for a moment, tracing the grooves and patterns etched into the wood by countless meals prepared with love. The spoon had stirred many soups and sauces, cradled the ingredients of gatherings and celebrations. It, too, held stories effortlessly woven into the fabric of her day-to-day life. Then she paused to listen. The world outside the kitchen was a soft hum, the wind whispering secrets to the trees. Birds fluttered, their cheerful melodies floating through the air on gentle gusts. A distant dog barked, eliciting a smile as she remembered the joy her own dog brought into her life, the warmth of its fur, the wagging tail that spun joy into every corner of her home. There was no need to chase these thoughts. They drifted alongside her as the water swirled in the sink, creating small whirlpools that sang of connection and calm. Suddenly, a thought arose gently, just as she was washing away the remnants on the dishes. Could she wash away the remnants of her day? Could she let go of frustrations and stress, the trivial worries and burdens that clung like old stains? She found herself an observer, watching this thought flit by like a butterfly in the garden. Beautiful, yet transient. She could let it go. One dish at a time. With renewed focus, she returned to her work. The steady motion of scrubbing and rinsing a meditative dance. The water continued to flow, a steady companion, reflecting her essence, fluid, adaptable, present. She sank deeper into the flow of the moment, aware of the soap bubbles rising, vanishing, and marrying into the water, like fleeting thoughts, fading into the ether as Clara finished the last plate. The sink clear, she stood back for a moment to observe her handiwork. The dishes gleamed, sparkling and clean, a testament to the mindfulness she had woven into this simple act. Her breath flowed freely, a gentle rhythm echoing through her body. It was a good feeling, lightness, clarity, simplicity. In this little corner of her home, she had carved a sanctuary, a welcoming space that whispered of peace and presence. With the last splash, she turned off the tap. The silence that followed wrapped around her like a warm blanket, still and inviting. She reached for a dish towel, her fingers brushing against its texture. Rough and soothing, absorbing the leftover moisture of her work. Each cloth soaked up not just water, but also the quiet satisfaction of being fully present, a surrendering to the flow of life itself. As she placed the towel aside, Clara paused for a heartbeat, closing her eyes and taking a moment to simply be. The kitchen was a reflection of her own inner space, bright, full, and alive with possibility. She felt a sense of fullness bloom in her being, reminder that the act of caring for her home was also caring for herself. And in this stillness, she understood a deeper truth. It was not in the completion of tasks that joy was found, but rather in the act of embodying presence within the task itself. Each moment, no matter how mundane, could glimpse the extraordinary if she allowed herself to be fully immersed, engaged, and grateful as you gently transition back into the world. Carry with you the essence of that kitchen, the warmth of the water, the rhythm of your breath, the softness of stillness. Remember that each moment holds the potential for beauty, for connection. Like Clara at her sink, you can find the sacredness in the ordinary, allowing the whisper of presence to guide you through all that lies ahead. Breathe deeply once more, feeling the grounding energy of this moment, and know that peace resides within you, always ready to be embraced. As the sun begins to rise, casting soft rays of golden light through the window, take a moment to pause. Feel the air against your skin, the coolness of the early hour wrapping around you like a gentle shawl. In this moment, make space for your breath. Inhale deeply, allowing your chest to expand like the petals of a flower opening to the dawn, and exhale slowly, releasing any tension or anticipation from yesterday, settling into the stillness of now. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on a stream, and embrace the simplicity of being present. Today, we will join a story, not just with our ears, but with our full awareness, savoring each moment as it unfolds in a quaint kitchen. Nestled in a small cottage at the edge of a tranquil forest, a woman named Clara began her day. The early sunlight poured through the window, spilling golden hues over her wooden countertop, warming the space in a soft embrace. The air was fragrant with the faint scent of rosemary from the garden just outside, and the early chorus of birds serenaded her as they welcomed the day. Clara stood at the sink, her hands submerged in warm, soapy water, preparing to wash the dishes left from the previous evening's dinner. She felt the comforting warmth as it wrapped around her fingers, flickering, sensations dancing across her skin. Picking up a plate, she lifted it slowly, watching the sudsy bubbles cling to its smooth surface as she began to scrub, the gentle rhythm of her hands aligning with the pulse of her breath. The sound of running water filled the kitchen, a steady, calming cascade that seemed to cleanse not only the dishes, but also the very air around her. Each plate, each cup, each fork was a vessel of memory, whispers of conversations shared, laughter echoing through the cramped space of the once bustling dinner table. In this solitary act, she found a deep connection to those moments. Her heart opened like a door, creaking in the quiet of the morning. As she moved from dish to dish, she began to notice the simple beauty surrounding her, the delicate glint of the silverware as sunlight caught its surface, the gentle clinking of ceramic as they bumped against one another, a symphony of everyday life. Time seemed to stretch in the silence, and within it, Clara discovered a tapestry of thoughts, sometimes drifting, sometimes clear, yet always gentle. She became aware of the way her breath flowed in harmony with the rhythm of washing. With each inhale, she absorbed the richness of the moment, and with every exhale, she released any lingering distractions from her mind. The universe, in its vastness, condensed within the four walls of her kitchen as she surrendered to this simple practice. In her quiet solitude, Clara noticed how each dish held a story. The coffee cup from her daughter, embellished with a rainbow of stickers, reminded her of late-night conversations, the kind where dreams danced in the half-light. The chipped bowl from her mother, now polished and gleaming with the care of many washes, whispered tales of family dinners filled with warmth and kinship. Each item, almost sacred, invited her to savor the presence of memory, to treasure both past and present without judgment or hurry. As she continued, she felt the water's warmth seep deeper into her skin, soothing sensation that reminded her to let go of yesterday's worries, of tomorrow's tasks. With each scrub of a dish, she wove a softer thread of connection to herself, as if the very act of cleaning was a meditation, purifying not only the dish, but also her mind. Thoughts came and went like clouds passing in the sky, some dark and heavy, others light and wispy. Clara observed them without attachment, letting them float away. Moments flowed seamlessly into one another, and she marveled at the unfolding of sounds, the soft drip of the faucet, the bubbling of the sink, the chirping of birds beyond the window. It was a symphony that brought her fully into the now, anchoring her with its rhythm and sounds. Time hung in the air like the sunlight streaming through the windows, illuminating her space with a golden glow. As she rinsed the final dish, a sense of completion washed over her. She carefully placed it on the drying rack, allowing the water to cascade off its edges. In that moment, Clara felt the importance of this simple act, of how a task often seen as mundane mirrored the essence of life, itself an ongoing process of cleansing and renewal, with a sense of gratitude swelling within her. Clara stepped back to survey her work. The countertop was lined with dishes glistening like jewels in the morning light, and there was a refreshing clarity to the kitchen, a space now open, inviting, ready for whatever the day might bring. Taking a moment to breathe, she closed her eyes and felt the warmth of the sun gently touch her skin, grounding her in this very moment. She was reminded that life, like the dishes she had washed, was an ever-evolving collection of experiences, each valuable, each deserving of attention. Before her stood not just a tidy kitchen, but a canvas for the day ahead, filled with possibilities. She reflected on how she could nourish this presence throughout her day, holding onto the essence of mindfulness as she moved forward in the quiet aftermath of her mindful practice. Clara felt a deep-seated peace settle within her. The morning had become more than just a routine. It was a gentle reminder of the beauty that resided in simplicity. She realized that in every act, no matter how small, there was a potential for connection, both to ourselves and to the world around us. As you, too, carry this story within you, may you find pockets of presence in every moment, embracing the dance of life that unfolds with each breath. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep, deliberate breath. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your lungs, and then, as you exhale slowly, let it carry away the busyness of your thoughts, the weight of your day. Let that breath mark the beginning of a journey into stillness, where the world outside can fade, only for a few moments, into the soft embrace of now. The hum of life continues around you, yet here, in this moment, there is a space where you can rest and simply be, in a simple kitchen, where the sunlight filters through the window, illuminating dust motes as they dance in warm rays. A woman stands at the sink, cradling a fragile cup in her palm. Its surface is cool and smooth, reflecting the quietude of the room. Warm water flows from the tap, a gentle rush that harmonizes with the distant sounds of life outside. A bird's call, the faint rustle of leaves in the breeze, the murmuring of neighbors coming and going. Each sound a note in the symphony of now. As she submerges the cup beneath the water, she feels the first sensation of warmth envelop her fingers, the contrast to the cool porcelain, vibrant against her skin. The water swirls and froths around the cup, carrying with it the echoes of yesterday's laughter, the remnants of a morning meal, shared tea, perhaps, or freshly baked bread, moments now dissolved into the flow of time. Each rise and fall of the water captures the rhythm of breathing, the expansion and contraction of awareness. She pauses, noticing the bubbles that cling persistently to the sides of the cup, tiny worlds of their own, each one glistening, fragile. There is a lesson here, tucked within the simplicity of this task, the beauty of impermanence, the knowing that each moment, like each bubble, is fleeting. With a soft brush of her sponge, she begins to wash, allowing the task to draw her attention deeper into the present. As the sponge glides over the surface of the cup, a sound emerges, gentle swishing, a soft rhythmic dance of water embracing porcelain. With each stroke, she gives herself over to the experience, surrendering to the simple joy of care. The sponge is firm, yet yielding, a dance partner in this everyday ballet. Her thoughts drift like clouds, occasionally brushing against the radiant focus of the task, but she gently acknowledges them as one might wave goodbye to a passing stranger, allowing them to drift away. The smell of soap, fresh and clean, fills the air, awakening a memory of childhood bubbles overflowing from a tub, laughter shared, the warmth of family gathered close. She allows that memory to linger, to infuse her present with the lightness of nostalgia. The warmth of the water seeps into her skin, a reminder of the nourishing quality of presence. How water, like awareness, can cleanse and refresh. As she places the cup on the drying rack, its surface glistening like a treasure, she feels an ache in her lower back, a reminder of the hours spent moving, caring, being. And rather than resist it, she brings her attention to that sensation, just as she did with the water. She breathes into it, feeling the pull of the muscles, accepting the tightness as part of her experience. In that moment of acceptance, she recognizes how the body speaks, how it too deserves attention, how her whole self flourishes in this cultivation of awareness. The water continues to flow, a gentle stream like the continuity of time, and she turns her attention to the bowl awaiting her care. Its surface is speckled with remnants of an evening meal. A palette of colors, bits of green, hints of red, nature's artistry on an everyday canvas. With each touch, she feels the connection of her body to these objects and the world they inhabit. Here, in the act of washing, she understands how the mundane can be sacred, how each tick of the clock bridges her to deeper truths. She plunges the bowl into the water, feeling the splash against her skin, the way droplets cascade down, her forearms sparkling in the light, each drop a reminder of the moment. As she scrubs, her thoughts expand and contract like the froth around her. The spontaneity of the task revealing stories untold, every splash a whisper of now, every foam bubble a sigh of the universe. The sun shifts through the window, and a slant of light catches the surface of the water, creating a dance of reflections that brings a smile to her lips. It is a kind of magic, this interplay of light and shadow, inviting her to explore the simple beauty that surrounds her. In this moment, she lets go of the to-do list, the hurried pace of the day, surrendering to the grace of soft moments, unfolding like petals, revealing their tender hearts to the open sky. Finally, as the last dish is set aside, she surveys her life in the kitchen, her act of care manifesting in this moment of stillness. The rhythm of her breathing slows, synchronizing with the silent heartbeat of the space she has nurtured. After all, each object, each surface, speaks of the life lived within these walls, the laughter, the tears, the chaos, and the calm. In a world that often rushes past, she finds beauty in the stillness, a universal truth that resonates through the act of care. With a final glance around the room, she closes the tap, the sound echoing like a soft bell tolling the hour of reflection, a gentle reminder of the here and now, and she feels a warmth rising within her, a sense of deep interconnectedness, of belonging to this moment, to this very life. As she gazes out of the window, taking in the way the shadows stretch and the light softens, she cultivates a profound sense of gratitude. In the simplicity of the tasks we often overlook, she sees truth revealed, an invitation to engage deeply with the present. Just as the water shapes a cup, so to do these moments shape her, a continuous dance of presence, a gentle reminder that life, like water, flows ever onward, infinitely beautiful in its transience. And as she breathes, she carries this stillness with her, a whisper in the winds of her becoming. In this moment, as the world dances softly outside your window, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, letting the air fill your lungs, and then exhale gently, releasing any tension you may be holding. Allow the weight of your body to rest naturally against the chair beneath you, feeling the contours and the solidity that support you. Notice the gentle hum of life around you, the distant sound of birds softly chirping, the rustling leaves swaying with the breeze, and perhaps faint ticking of a clock that marks the passage of time. Okay? With each breath, invite your awareness to settle deeper into the now, like a leaf drifting down onto the surface of a still pond. Feel how this moment cradles you, inviting you to observe without haste, to listen without judgment, as the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of gold and lavender. Anna stood in her kitchen, surrounded by the comforting aroma of rosemary and garlic lingering from the meal she had prepared. The faint sounds of her family winding down from their day echoed in the background, laughter mingling with the clinking of silverware and the soft rustle of napkins. It was time to wash the dishes. A simple act, she thought, yet within this ordinary routine lay an opportunity to cultivate presence. She turned on the warm water, watching as the steam spiraled delicately upwards, and she felt the soft spray mist against her face, each droplet a gentle reminder to be here. Now, with the first dish a deep blue plate, she slid it under the hot water, and immediately a wave of warmth enveloped her hands. She noticed the contrast of the cold ceramic upon her fingertips, and how, as the heat from the water diffused through, it spread a soothing sensation up her wrists and into her arms. As the soap began to lather, thick and fluffy, it offered a fragrant, almost playful scent that danced around her. Whispering of calm in this moment, Anna allowed her mind to drift like a floating feather, lightly touching on the thoughts arising snippets of her day, desires for tomorrow, hopes and worries intermingling. Yet, as they appeared, she met them with an open heart, letting go of any need to engage or follow. Instead, she focused on the rhythm of her hands moving in the warm suds, carving a path of serenity through the endless cycle of the kitchen. The clatter of silverware filled her ears, each piece telling a story of the laughter shared over dinner. The spoon, a whispered invitation to savor sweetness. The fork, a reminder of rich conversations tangled around the table. Each item she washed became a meditation, an exploration of presence, as she turned them in her hands, feeling their textures, their shapes, even their weight. She traced the grooves of the knife, smooth and cool, reflecting the dim light of the kitchen, and in that moment, all her worries fell away, and she was simply there, in the act of washing. As she moved on to the next dish, the sound of water splashing melted into her consciousness, a gentle symphony of cleansing. She watched as the water cascaded over each surface, the beads glistening like tiny jewels before trickling away. In that moment of observation, she felt the fleeting nature of time, each moment washing away like the bubbles escaping from her hands, canned, and amidst it all, there was a profound sense of calm washing over her, a gentle reminder that life ebbs and flows, much like the water, embracing both clarity and the murkiness that sometimes surfaces. With every dish she cleaned, she became more attuned to the world around her. The fading light filtered through the kitchen window, illuminating the dust particles that danced slowly in the air, each a silent witness to her solitary ritual. Sound became richer. Laughter from the other room resonated like music, serving as a backdrop to her thoughts while drawing her deeper into her own heart. The gentle rhythm of the kitchen became a sacred space, a pause while the clock continued its relentless ticking. Outside, the sky shifted into twilight, and soon the first evening stars emerged, tiny pinpricks of light against the darkening canvas of the universe, blinking softly, reminding her that she too was part of a larger story. With each dish stacked upon the drying rack, she noticed a swelling of gratitude within her, humble appreciation for the warmth of her home, the love that lingered in the air, and the sustenance that filled their bellies. The simple act of washing dishes transformed into a wellspring of connection, linking her to the moments shared in the lives intertwined in her home. As Anna placed the last dish down, She lifted her hands from the sudsy water and felt the coolness of the air against her skin. The residue of soap lingered, a gentle reminder of the journey she had taken, moment by moment. She sensed the stillness settle in her chest, a deep inner peace that spoke to her heart, that even in the mundane there was beauty, stillness, and a form of celebration waiting to be uncovered in the fading light. She took a moment to stand still, reflecting on the quiet dance of the evening unfolding around her. The sounds of her family continued, each note calling her back to the present, guiding her into the warmth of connection. She felt her breath, soft and steady, settling into a rhythm that matched the pulse of the universe surrounding her. And so, as the evening deepened and shadows stretched long across the kitchen floor, Anna learned an intimate truth that by washing the dishes, she had also washed her mind, her heart, freeing herself from the weight of expectations and the burdens of the day. In this simple act, she found clarity and connection, reminding her that every moment can be an offering, a chance to be fully, beautifully present. When you embrace each task with mindfulness, you may discover that they hold the potential for grace and reflection, guiding you gently back to a profound sense of peace, just waiting to be felt. In the stillness of the early morning, where the world seems to breathe softly, take a moment to settle into yourself. Close your eyes and feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath as it carries you through the realms of the present moment. Let the sounds around you, perhaps the distant chirping of birds, the rustle of leaves, or the quiet hum of the earth itself, blend into a soothing symphony. Here, in this deliberate pause, allow the hectic cadence of life to soften, becoming a gentle rhythm. Let go of any remnants of yesterday and welcome this new moment, untouched and alive, waiting to unfold in a small kitchen bathed in the soft glow of dawn. A woman named Clara stands at the sink, ready to wash the remnants of breakfast. The dishes are an unremarkable collection: a chipped mug adorned with a faded floral print, a battered plate, and a spoon glinting faintly in the light. Yet, in this moment, Clara invites each object into her awareness as though they are treasured relics from a bygone era. As she turns on the tap, the water begins to flow, a gentle rush like a stream following its natural course. Beneath her fingertips, the water feels warm and inviting, and she notices how it glistens as it cascades down the side of the sink, pooling into a small, iridescent puddle at the bottom. She takes a breath, allowing the rhythm of the water to wash over her, feeling the slight chill in the air contrasted by the warmth of the liquid. With a mindful intention, Clara picks up the chipped mug. Its surface is rough in some areas, smooth in others, telling a story of countless mornings spent cradling steaming tea. She raises it to her face, inhaling the lingering scent of herbal lavender, a bittersweet reminder of solitude and serenity. As she begins to scrub, the soapy suds bubble up around her fingers, softening the edges of each memory attached to this small vessel. The action is simple, repetitive, and yet, within the layers of routine, Clara finds an unexpected depth. As she rinses the mug, she notices how the water dances, curving freely around the well-loved contours. It reminds her of letting go of all the moments she has held tightly within her grasp, unwilling to release. With each drop that glides away, she exhales slightly, allowing space for something new. Next comes the plate, its surface adorned with remnants of toast. The golden crumbs are small tales of nourishment, of mornings shared, laughter exchanged, and hushed conversations, with the sponge gliding over the surface. Clara feels the weight of gratitude settle in her chest and awareness of the sustenance that the plate has hosted. She scrubs gently, feeling the rhythm between her hand and the plate, a tactile conversation, flowing in silence. The sounds in the kitchen are rich and layered, the gentle splash of water, the soft squelch of a sponge, and the distant chirping outside. Each sound vibrates with the essence of presence, guiding her deeper into the moment. Clara begins to notice her thoughts swirling, ceaseless, and sometimes jarring. Yet she chooses to let them drift like leaves across a pond's surface, acknowledging their presence without judgment. She catches herself ruminating on the day ahead, their responsibilities, the expectations, the choices yet to be made. Again, she chooses to return to the water, its flowing nature beckoning her back to the here and now. She takes a moment to feel her feet grounded on the cool tile floor, to notice the rise and fall of her breath, and to feel the moment stretch out luxuriously, like a quiet expanse of sky. As she moves on to the spoon, she closes her eyes for a gentle pause. The spoon, smooth and shining, whispers of the sweetness shared, these small moments of joy, of connection, of being together. Each swirl in the water becomes a reflection of life itself, sometimes tumultuous, sometimes calm, but always in motion. By holding the spoon with both hands, she appreciates its warmth, the way it will serve once again in the hands of someone preparing a meal or stirring a pot of broth with each dish washed. Each item returned to its place, Clara feels lighter, untethered from the clutter of her mind. She realizes that these moments of washing dishes are not mere chores, but sacred opportunities to connect, to come home to herself. The act of caring for each dish becomes an embodiment of self-care, a metaphor for how she can nurture her own heart with the same tenderness. And as she finishes the last item, the quiet satisfaction of completion washes over her. She rinses her hands, the cool water cascading over them like a gentle reminder of renewal. The kitchen, once filled with remnants of the past, has transformed into a space of clarity, reflecting light and possibility. Clara stands for a moment, her heart full, and allows herself to gaze out the window. The world outside is waking, the light growing softer and warmer, painting the landscape in hues of gold. She feels the sun's embrace and takes a deep breath, filling her lungs with the essence of this morning. The clinking of glass and the rushing sound of water fade into the background. The warmth of the sunlight merges with the tranquility within, reminding her that each moment of presence, each breath, each gentle act is an invitation to be fully alive, to embrace the richness of an ordinary day. As she steps away from the sink, Clara carries with her the quiet understanding that life, in all its busyness, offers these small, fragile moments, an interconnected flow of water, warmth, and awareness. And with this thought, she feels anchored in the comforting truth that even in simplicity, there lies a profound depth waiting to be savored. In letting go, in simply being, she finds peace. Once again, she is reminded that life unfolds beautifully when we embrace it, just as it is. Imagine yourself in a tranquil space where time seems to slow and the world outside gently fades into the backdrop. Take a deep breath, feeling your chest rise and fall like a soft wave on the shore. Let go of the day's demands, the cluttered thoughts, and the endless to-do lists. For now, allow yourself to simply be fully present in this moment. Inhale the quiet tension of stillness and exhale the weight of yesterday. You are here in this moment, ready to explore the serenity that exists in the mundane. The rain begins as a whisper, a delicate patter on the window pane that gradually evolves into a gentle chorus, each drop a note in a symphony. The world outside vibrates with the freshness that only a rainy afternoon can bring. You sit by the kitchen window. The light shifts. Soft shadows dance across the room, painted by the muted grays outside. The air feels different. It is cooler, charged with the scent of damp earth and the promise of renewal. You close your eyes for a moment, tuning into the rhythm of rain. It feels as if the universe has pressed pause, inviting you to slow down. The steady beat against the glass draws you deeper into yourself, where thoughts drift like leaves caught in a stream. A smile curls your lips as you recall the soft, warm blanket draped over your lap, the gentle weight comforting you as you sink deeper into this moment. You rise, curiosity guiding your feet to the kitchen sink. The dishes await you, a tidy pile of porcelain and glass, each with its own story embedded in the remnants of meals shared. You filled the basin with warm water, the steam curling upwards, mingling with the earthy scent of rain. You dip your hands in, feeling the warmth cradle your fingers, inviting you to engage as you pick up the first dish. The coolness of ceramic contrasts with the warmth of the water. You begin to wash. The sounds of the room envelop you, the gentle splash of water, the rhythmic clink of plates, and the soft sigh of the rain against the roof. Each sound, a note contributing to the symphony of this moment, invites you to listen deeply. You notice how the bubbles swirl around the edges of the plate, glistening like tiny orbs of light. Mindfully, you focus on the sensation of the dish in your hands. There's something transformational about the act of washing, cleaning away remnants of life to prepare for new experiences. With each stroke of your sponge, you allow the water to wash away not only the food particles, but any lingering thoughts. As the soap glides across the surface, you feel a softening within yourself, a release of the day's tension. You allow your awareness to expand, noticing the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, a gentle filling. Exhale, a releasing softness. Time loses its meaning here, the outside world blurring into the background, and what remains is this simple act of dishwashing. As you rise and dip, you surrender to the flow of the moment, continuously returning to the sensations, the warmth of the water, the cool slickness of the plates, the gentle friction of the sponge. As you work, the rain intensifies, transforming into a gentle drumming on the roof. Each patter feels like a reminder to be here now. The steady sound seems to echo your movements. You find yourself lost in the mundane beauty of it, the creaking floor beneath your feet, the scent of lavender from the dish soap, the way the light filters through the window, casting glimmers on the soapy surface. With each item you lift from the basin, you'll begin to notice not just the objects, but the life they have witnessed, the gatherings, the laughter, the warmth of love shared over meals. There is a story tied to every piece, and it fills you with warmth as you let it all settle in. This simple, repetitive task becomes an intimate conversation between you and the moments held in the glass and porcelain. As you rinse the last plate, you pause. For a brief instant, the world holds its breath with you. In this waiting space, you notice the stillness beneath the gentle chaos of the rain. There's a knowing that everything you need is right here. In this essence of being, you finish your task. Placing the final dish on the drying rack, droplets of water catching the light like diamonds. The kitchen is alive with the fragrance of fresh rain and the lingering scent of soap. You take a moment to admire your efforts, simple journey transformed through mindful presence into an act of gratitude. As you wipe your hands on a towel, you find yourself seated again by the window, a gentle smile gracing your face. The rain still dances, echoing in the distance, but something has shifted within you. A sense of settling down has embraced your heart, grounding you in the beauty of each moment, the gift of being. The world continues outside, but here, there is a stillness that is uniquely your own. The cycles of washing and rinsing, listening and breathing, have intertwined like threads in a tapestry, creating a vivid picture of life unfolding right before you. As the rain tapers off, you carry with you the whispers of presence and the soft reminder that within the ordinary, there lies extraordinary grace. You are precisely where you need to be in this refuge of stillness, where the magic of the moment resides, waiting patiently for you to embrace it, one gentle breath at a time. In the simple act of washing dishes, you have awakened to the symphony of life and the profound peace that flows from being fully here. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Hail slowly, allowing the air to fill your lungs, feeling your chest rise like a gentle wave. Hold it there for just a heartbeat, then exhale fully, releasing the day's worries as if they were clouds drifting away. Let your shoulders soften and bring your attention to the present moment, to the sensations within and around you. In this space, allow the world to pause, just for now, and find comfort in the stillness. We will embark on a journey through an ordinary day, where magic quietly dwells in simplicity. On a rainy afternoon, the delicate patter of raindrops against the window creates a soft symphony that invites a sense of calmness. A sky, a canvas of gray and silver, casts a soothing light into the cozy kitchen, where a kettle quietly hums on the stove, promising warmth. Mary stands at the sink, her hands immersed in warm, soapy water, preparing to wash the dishes that have gathered like memories from shared meals. As she reaches for the first dish, a simple white plate, her fingers glide over its smooth surface. The sensation awakens her awareness, a gentle reminder of the present. Each dish holds a story, a moment suspended in time. She recalls the laughter that echoed, the comforting aroma of spices filling the air of the fragrant. Evidence of love woven into the fabric of their meals. Mary places the plate under the stream of flowing water, the splash echoing in the quiet space. She observes the water's journey, tracing its pathways as it swirls and dances around the curves of the plate. The sound of the stream is a meditation, a flowing river that washes away not only the remnants of yesterday's dinner, but also the busyness. Clinging to her thoughts as the plate turns from soiled to sparkling, she notes how even the simplest act can become a moment of wonder, a practice of presence. With each stroke of the sponge, she lets go of anticipation, of obligations waiting on the horizon. Here, she is free, suspended in the rhythm of suds and water, as if time itself has paused. The world outside fades, and the tasks ahead blur, becoming echoes that do not demand her attention. She finishes rinsing the plate, holding it aloft for a second, allowing droplets to cling and reflect the soft light. Gently, she sets it aside on the drying rack, feeling a subtle shift within her, quiet warmth coiling in her heart, an appreciation for the now. An insight whispers to her, every moment, much like this plate, holds the potential to be clean again, to reflect clarity. Next, Mary reaches for a glass, noticing its cool surface, the slight resistance as she lifts it from the sink. The water fills it, almost playfully, cascading against the glass and creating a melody of sounds. She watches the bubbles release, feeling lighter as each one bursts into the air, drifting away without a care. Her breath follows the rhythm of the bubbles, a reminder of her own essence, how she, too, can release what no longer serves her. With each dish she washes, she cultivates the art of letting go. She watches the sponge dance, tracing circles and swirls, soaking up the warmth and inviting the release of tension clinging to her. The soap transforms the mundane into a ritual, a sanctuary where she finds solace. She feels the warm water embrace her hands, and with it, the tension of the day begins to melt away like snow under the sun. The kitchen around her becomes a sanctuary, where the scent of fresh lemon-scented soap lingers in the air, infusing the moment with zest and vitality. Each plate, cup, and fork is an invitation to reconnect with the ordinary, to find beauty in the routine. The glasses glimmer with promise. The forks shine like stars, reflecting her newfound insight as she moves to the last few items. The silence of the room cradles her thoughts. She notices the sound of a car passing outside, the soft whoosh of tires through puddles, almost musical. She allows this sound to meld into the background, a reminder that life flows on, even as she anchors herself. In this moment, she embraces the symphony of everyday life. She sounds a note in the everlasting composition of existence, and then it happens. A thought crosses her mind, like a cloud drifting in the vast sky. What if I approach each moment as I approach these dishes? She wonders, feeling the gravity of the question. She pauses, allowing the thought to settle. It's a tender realization that her daily experiences, rich with their own texture and rhythm, can bloom into moments of mindfulness, if only she permits them to. She picks up the last dish, a small bowl from her daughter's birthday celebration, remnants of icing still clinging to the rim. The residue reminds her of joy, the sweetness of childhood, and she secures that memory in her heart as if it were a cherished pearl. Each lingering speck of frosting signifies a moment celebrated, and in washing it away, she lets go of the past, yet holds dear the essence of these fleeting times. Once the kitchen is finally quiet, all dishes have been washed and dried, Mary leans back against the counter, the cool surface grounding her in reality. She takes a deep breath, inhaling the fragrant scent of soap mixed with a faint aroma of rain seeping in through the window. A wave of gratitude washes over her, a divine awareness for the ordinary, the moments that construct her days. Here, in this space and time, she realizes that every wash, every rinse, every drop of water is a reminder to be present. Life is a collection of these moments, mundane yet beautiful, shimmering as light hits the surface, revealing their innate brilliance. With her heart full and her spirit unburdened, Mary reflects on what she has learned, that in caring for these dishes, she has cared for herself. Each moment is worthy of her presence. She takes a final look at the clean kitchen, feeling a sense of fulfillment ripple through her, like the gentle sound of raindrops as they continue to kiss the earth. As you gently come back to this moment, notice any subtle changes within you. Let the feeling of calm. Understand that presence holds the power to transform the mundane into the extraordinary. Like the lingering warmth of the sun after rain, carry this stillness within you, knowing that every moment, whatever it brings, can be approached with the grace of mindful awareness. Begin to settle into this moment, a quiet expanse of now. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath, each inhalation drawing in the world as it is, and each exhalation releasing the burdens of thought and expectation. Allow the whispers of nature around you to blend with your heartbeat, creating a symphony of presence. The seat beneath you and the cool air brushing against your skin. Stay here, anchored in the stillness, ready to journey into the simple beauty of everyday life. In a sun-soaked kitchen, the old wooden table bore witness to the day's scattered remnants. Sunlight streamed through the window, casting golden shapes that danced lazily upon the floor. The kettle hummed softly on the stove, a gentle reminder of warmth brewing just moments away. This was a familiar sound, one filled with promises and ritual. Martha stood at the sink, a simple chore laid before her. A stack of sparkling dishes awaited her touch. Each piece gleamed with the residue of yesterday's gathering. The laughter, the shared stories, the remnants of a meal crafted from love. She ran her hands under the cool water, feeling the cascade trickle over her fingers, each droplet offering a whisper of presence as she picked up the first dish. A porcelain plate adorned with delicate flowers. She traced the edges with her thumb, reveling in the texture, the smoothness against her skin. The moment expanded, each breath deepening as she immersed herself in the rhythm of washing. She squirted a bit of lemon-scented soap, thick and luxurious, allowing it to bubble and froth. The sudden scent of citrus danced through her senses, awakening memories of summer afternoons spent under the sun. With each pass of her sponge, she engaged in a dancer, slow waltz of motion, mirroring the fluidity of her breath. Rinse, lather, rinse. The water swirled, pulling away remnants of the past, transforming the dishes into bright reflections of the present. There was no hurry, no final destination other than the joy of now. She found herself in the rhythm, feeling the warmth of the water envelop her hands, the soft noise of water splashing mixing with the distant laughter of children playing outside. Martha allowed her mind to deepen into this experience. Each thought that drifted by a total list, a worry about tomorrow she gently noticed like clouds floating in a clear blue sky. Breathing in, breathing out, she embraced the space between thoughts, a stillness that was both familiar and surreal. A sudden, soft breeze fluttered through the open window, sending a shiver across her neck. She paused and stood quietly, allowing herself to be wrapped in the embrace of the gentle air, a reminder of the world outside. The rhythms of nature intertwined with her own. The leaves whispered secrets to one another, a language only they understood, while the birds filled the air with melodious tunes. Every note an invitation to be present. As the dishes began to stack neatly upon the drying rack, Martha indulged in the sensation of gratitude that swept through her heart, a warm, glowing ember in the quiet of her being. In this seemingly mundane act of washing dishes, there was a golden thread connecting her to those she loved, a testament to the small moments that woven together formed the rich tapestry of life. And then, with each plate she placed to dry, the narratives intertwined, the vibrant laughter of her grandchildren splattering the walls, the tender comments exchanged over steaming cups of tea, the understanding born from years spent side by side. The rhythmic scrubbing and rinsing became a mantra, each cycle echoing the ebb and flow of existence itself. She began to notice the little things, the edges of the plates shining with light, the way the water cascaded and danced back into the sink, the small reprieve of stillness between each task. A gentle thought emerged. In this moment, there was perfection. The mundane was imbued with grace, the simple act of caring for her things transforming into a sacred ritual of remembrance and connection. As she finished with the last dish, she took a moment to step back and breathe deeply, drawing in the warm scents of the kitchen mixed with the faint hint of soap. She looked around at the shimmering plates, at the sunbeams painting patterns across her space, at the life blooming outside her heart. Softened further, gratitude swelled within her as she turned off the faucet, the water halting in its flow, like the soft closing of a chapter. Each dish seemed to hold within it a tiny universe of connection, reminding her that in every task, whether grand or small, there is a world alive with possibility waiting to be embraced. In this quiet, reflective moment, Martha felt both the weight and the lightness of her existence. Beautiful balance. She was reminded that life unfolds in the ordinary, breathing richness into the routine, inviting us to cherish each instant as it comes. As the echoes of the water subsided and silence settled around her once more, Martha held on to this truth. In the simple act of washing dishes, life blooms in vibrant shades. Each moment is a display of presence, an invitation to surrender to the now. She stepped away from the sink, grounded in the stillness, a gentle smile gracing her lips, knowing that peace lives in the heart of every small task, just waiting to be discovered. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to breathe in deeply, filling your lungs with the gentle ease of the present. Feel the air enter your body, cool and refreshing, as you let go of anything that lingers from the past or worries that creep into the future. Let your shoulders soften and bring your attention to the sensations of this moment, what it feels like to simply be here and now. Close your eyes if you wish, or simply lower your gaze, letting the world blur around the edges as you anchor your awareness to the breath with a soft, welcoming embrace. In this space, all that is required of you is to listen, to feel, to experience. On a cool spring morning, the sun rises gently, spilling its golden warmth across the kitchen counter, where the day's first light dances with the shadows of the night. A light breeze wafts through the open window, carrying the earthy scent of damp soil and budding flowers just outside. The hum of a distant lawnmower vibrates through the air, a reminder of the world awakening. Yet here, in this quiet kitchen, time takes on a different texture, slower and softer. You stand at the sink, a gentle stream of water cascading into the basin, the sound like a whisper of secrets shared only with the morning. You run your hands under the cool flow, feeling its crystalline touch cleanse and renew. The dishes await, remnants of yesterday's meals, their surfaces glistening with the promise of renewal. As you reach for the first plate, a simple white ceramic piece, you hold it in your hand, noticing its weight, its warmth, the faint remnants of the meal it held. As you plunge the plate into the bubbling water, the soapy suds rise like gentle clouds. The warm water envelops your skin, and you draw your attention to the sensation, the contrast of warmth and coolness, tickling of the bubbles against your palms. Each movement feels deliberate. The way your fingers glide across the surface, the swish and swirl of the cloth as it meets the dish, sounds reminiscent of laughter shared across a table laden with food and stories. As you wash, your mind dances between thoughts, a fleeting worry about the day ahead, a soft memory of laughter shared last night, the lingering taste of a favorite moment. And then, gently, like a feather falling from the sky, you bring your focus back to the task at hand, allowing each thought to float by unanchored, watching like clouds drifting across a vast blue sky. You lift the plate from the water, its surface, glistening droplets clinging to its edges like tiny jewels. You hold it up to the light, watching how it refracts and bends, how the world beyond the glass shifts, creating an abstract painting of soft colors and shapes. In this moment, the simple act of washing dishes becomes a meditation, a series of sensations and thoughts intertwined, both ephemeral and profound. Next comes the fork, cold and sturdy in your hand. As you scrub, you notice each groove and curve, the history embedded in its metallic surface. Perhaps countless meals shared across dining tables filled with conversation and connection. As your fingers work diligently, yet lovingly, consider this: what stories could this fork tell? The laughter of children, the kind words of a friend, perhaps a moment of solitude enjoyed over breakfast. Each vessel, whether it be a plate, a fork, a cup, carries with it echoes of life. Memories that aren't just residual, but present in the texture of what you hold. You rinse the fork under the cascading water, letting the current wash away the soap, the tiny bubbles slipping away like time itself. Water brings clarity, not just to the utensils, but also to your heart, washing over it gently, removing the clutter of distractions, as if saying, "Be here now, with me." As you continue soulfully through the dishes, the rhythm becomes a dance, a soft cadence of life unfolding. The clink of porcelain and the soft splash of water write a silent symphony, each note inviting you deeper into the moment. The sun rises higher, casting a flicker of light on your hands, and you feel a warmth growing not just from the sunlight, but from the presence of your attention. Fully immersed in the texture of now, you turn your attention to the glasses, clear, fragile, awaiting their turn for care. You lift one, its transparency revealing the world beyond smudges of your reflection, the outlines of plants swaying gently in the wind. In this moment, you observe your own gaze looking back, a reminder that you too are part of the universe's tapestry, woven within a myriad of moments, each one valuable and fleeting. As you scrub and rinse, you catch yourself lost in the small details, how the light refracts through the liquid. It's the gentle rhythm of your hands, the warmth of the water slipping over your fingers. Time stretches and contracts like a breath inhaled and exhaled, and with each movement, you find yourself embracing a quiet appreciation for the simplicity of this task. The dishes become not burdens, but bridges to understanding, portals to the here and now. Suddenly, with the last cup dried and placed upon the rack, a soft stillness envelops the kitchen. The world outside continues its dance, but here, in this moment, you stand in the heart of your own presence. You take a breath, feeling the expansion of your chest, the rise and fall mirroring the gentle rhythm of the world. In this simple act of washing, there is a profound awareness that bubbles up within you, a realization that every moment carries its weight, its meaning, its beauty. In this stillness, you understand something intangible, yet essential. It is not merely about the act itself, but the spaciousness that arises when you immerse yourself completely in the rhythm of life. Every task, no matter how mundane, holds its treasure, waiting patiently to be uncovered. As you step back from the sink and gaze upon the array of clean dishes, each glistening in the light, you feel a soft satisfaction settling within. These objects, once covered in remnants of yesterday, now shine brightly, ready for the next meal, the next gathering, the next moment of laughter. This simple act has brought you a sense of clear presence, a reminder that peace can be found in the ordinary, in each breath, in each movement. Carry this awareness with you as you step forward into your day, knowing that you can return to the stillness of water whenever you need, where the simplest gestures can open the door to profound moments of clarity and presence. In this moment, as you settle your body into a comfortable position, take a moment to breathe. Inhale softly through your nose, allowing your chest to rise gently, and as you exhale, feel the weight of your body connecting with the earth beneath you. Notice the surrounding space, the sounds that fade in and out, the gentle rhythm of your breath, and the sensations cascading through your being. Let these moments gather like leaves upon a still pond, rippling quietly, inviting you to immerse yourself in the now. Here, amidst the simplicity of life's fabric, we will explore a story that dances lightly with a rhythm of presence in the heart of a sun-dappled kitchen. The day unfolds quietly, cradled in the embrace of a Tuesday morning. The gentle hum of the refrigerator provides a steady background, while outside the window, birds call to one another in a cheerful chorus, heralding the dawn of possibility. At the center of this shimmering stillness is you, standing at the sink, a simple yet profound moment in which the mundane becomes sacred. The cool, smooth surface of a ceramic plate rests in your hand as you lift it from the warm, soapy water. You pause, allowing the droplets to cascade down your fingertips like tiny jewels, each one a reminder of this present moment. The sunlight filters through the window, casting a warm glow upon the surface of the water and illuminating the bubbles that dance and shimmer like tiny stars. With each plate you wash, you invite the sensation of the soft sponge to glide over the surface, creating a gentle rhythm. Inhale the fresh scent of the dish soap, a mix of lemon and lavender, and feel it awaken your senses. Notice how it fills the air, the aroma becoming a bridge to the clarity of now. As you rinse the plate, the water swirls, and with it, your thoughts begin to swirl too. A timeline of memories and to-do lists flits across the edges of your mind. But in this moment, you can choose to let those thoughts flow by like leaves upon a stream. Instead, you guide your awareness to the experience of the water pooling in your hands. Feeling its coolness, cradle the porcelain. Each droplet tells a story of cascading actions, and you let it all come and go. The sunbeam dances on the countertop, reflecting light with every slight movement you make. You notice how the room breathes with you stirring, expanding, contracting as the rhythm of washing dishes integrates into the gentle cadence of your being. With each dish you lift from the warm embrace of the sudsy water, recognize the journey it took to arrive at your table. the hands that shaped it, the earth that nurtured, the clay, and the time it took to create something that now cradles nourishment for your soul. There is beauty in this cycle, this interconnectedness of everyday life. As you reach for a fork, you don't just wash it, rather, you feel the cool metal against your fingertips. Let the weight of it anchor you, a reminder of steadfastness in the transient nature of existence. With each stroke, feel the warmth of purpose, fill the space between the mundane and the miraculous. Each clink of a utensil against the sink echoes softly, a quiet punctuation in the narrative of your day. You find a rhythm that deepens with each passing moment. Breathing in, breathing out here, in this solitary act of washing dishes, life unfolds. The flicker of thoughts comes and goes like shadows on the wall, and you acknowledge them without attachment. This practice of presence begins to unfurl within you, coaxing a smile from the corners of your lips. Gratitude for the simple elegance of this exchange. The plate, the water, the sponge, an invitation into the extraordinary depth of the ordinary. Allow the sensations to wash over you. The warmth of the sun on your shoulders, the scent of soap mingling with the day's freshness, and the soothing sounds of water cascading down. This is your meditation. Joyful practice rooted in the here and now, an embrace of life's simplest moments, the act of nourishment, care, and connection. As your hands continue their work, you notice the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Inhale deeply, expanding your chest with the softness of air, and exhale slowly, releasing any thoughts that weigh you down. Imagine each breath as a wave lapping at the shore, washing away worries, carving peace into the sands of your mind. The only task is to be here in this kitchen, amidst the glimmering plates and the dance of light. Pausing, you set down the sponge and step back to observe the sink, now sparkling and clear. It is a canvas where once there was muddied water and scattered dishes. The beauty of this transformation resides not solely in the clean surface, but within the journey, the practice of presence, the gentleness of intention, and the joy found in simplicity. As you look out the window, you see the trees swaying gently, cradled in the tender embrace of the breeze. Nature, too, is an artisan, crafting the moment with layers of color and sound. Rustle of leaves, the soft hum of the world awakening. You feel intertwined with it, all part of this delicate web of existence, woven from threads of experience, attention, and love. Resting in this awareness, you allow your thoughts to settle. The morning's obligations wait patiently in the wings. But here, in the heart of this moment, is a sanctuary. Enjoy the stillness that blossoms, knowing that you can return to this space whenever you need. The act of being present is always within reach, a gentle reminder to immerse yourself in whatever life unfolds, with a final calming breath. Okay, you gather the dishes and put them away, the ritual complete. You step back and admire the simplicity of what was, what is. Life is a tapestry of moments, each thread essential and irreplaceable. You carry this awareness with you, a gentle reminder of how even the most ordinary tasks can sparkle with meaning when approached with an open heart. And so, with each day, remember the lesson whispered in the quietude of the kitchen, that the miraculous lies within the mundane. The promise of presence weaves through the fabric of life, inviting you to witness and embrace each moment as it unfolds. May you carry this stillness within, allowing it to guide you through the cycle of the ordinary into the extraordinary beauty of now. In the quiet corners of your day, pause for a moment. Breathe in deeply, allowing the air to fill your chest. Then exhale slowly, feeling the world around you soften. Let your shoulders drop. Notice the rhythm of your breath and allow your thoughts to settle like leaves on a still pond. As we embark on this journey, let the present moment cradle you in its embrace, inviting awareness of the simplicity and beauty nestled within the ordinary dot. It begins with a gentle clatter, the sound of plates connecting with the smooth surface of the sink. It's evening, and the fading sunlight casts a golden hue across the kitchen. The air is warm, wrapped in the comforting aroma of spices that linger from dinner. Here, amid the remnants of a meal, a moment of stillness arises, inviting you to move. Step into the simple act of washing the dishes. You roll up your sleeves, the fabric cool against your skin. The water runs clear from the faucet, filling the basin with an inviting cascade of sound, a gentle symphony of droplets merging and separating. The songs of everyday life weaving a tapestry of presence. The warmth of the water envelops your hands, a soothing balm that draws you into this experience. You pick up a plate, surface still glazed with the echoes of a meal shared. As you immerse it in the water, the warmth seeps into your fingertips, a reminder of the nourishment it has held. Sensing the weight of the dish, you become aware of the unhurried rhythm within your movements. You scrub softly, the sponge gliding over the porcelain, making soft, squeaking sounds as it works its magic. Each stroke becomes a meditation, tethering you to the moment. The water swirls around the dish, bubbles forming and popping, each tiny explosion a reminder of the ordinary yet extraordinary nature of this task. You can feel the texture of the sponge, smooth on one side, rough on the other, inviting you to shift your attention, to explore the contrast in sensations. A thought floats by, perhaps about the day's events, but you let it drift away. A cloud in a wide blue sky, returning your focus to the water, to the plate, to the now dot. As you rinse the plate, you watch how the droplets cling to its surface before finally cascading off, swirling down the drain. A soft hum escapes your lips, a melody crafted from the joy of being in this space, of attending to this moment. The room is bathed in quietude, each sound amplified in this gentle solitude: the tap of water, the whisper of your breath, the faint rustle of a breeze slipping through an open window. With each dish you wash, a subtle shift begins to unfold within you. You become aware of the memories etched into these items, the laughter shared over meals, the stories told, the love felt, even through the simplest acts. A teacup recalls shared mornings, a frying pan carries the scent of your first culinary attempts. Each piece holds a fragment of your life, a tapestry woven from the threads of time. Your mind may wander, but like a rushing river, you gently guide it back to the sensations, the moments in the now, the steam rising from the water, the way the light dances on the surface, reflecting tiny rainbows. You notice your breath deepen, a slow inhale and a long, complete exhale, creating a bond between your body and the world around you. As you move on to the silverware, a cool metal meets your palm, an invitation to explore the shifts in temperature, the varied textures against your skin. You appreciate the weight of each fork, each knife, as you run the sponge over their surfaces. They sparkle in the light, a momentary glint illuminating the space. As you rinse them, they slip through your fingers like a gentle current, returning to the warm water before settling into the rhythm of stillness alongside their companions. In the basin, in this dance of cleansing, you sense the balance of giving and receiving. The sink becomes a safe harbor where the remnants of meal, the symbols of sustenance and togetherness, find peace once more. There is no hurry here, just the flow of moments, each dish an invitation to presence, to awareness, to breath. With the last dish washed and set aside to dry, a softness blankets your heart. You turn off the faucet, and the silence that follows is a gentle embrace. You feel a warm rush of gratitude for the small, seemingly mundane act that has unfolded the experience of washing dishes. It's transformed into a meditation of presence. You wipe your hands on a towel, feeling the fibers brush against your skin, grounding you in this moment, reminding you of the joy nestled within the ordinary. You take a step back, your gaze lingering on the clean, glistening dishes, and in that view, sense of accomplishment blooms a reminder that within the cycles of daily life, its beauty resides, waiting patiently to be acknowledged. in this moment of stillness. As you gaze upon the fruits of your labor, let the quiet whisper to you. Each moment is a chance to be present, each act a thread in the tapestry of life. Breathe deeply into the stillness, allowing the warmth of awareness to fill you, guiding you to cherish the simplicity that surrounds you. With each breath, carry this sense of peace into the next moments of your day. A gentle reminder that the essence of mindfulness often lies in the quiet folds of the ordinary. In a world that rushes by, filled with the clamor of thoughts, expectations, and the relentless ticking of time, there exists a sanctuary within every moment. Let us gently draw in a deep breath, feeling the air fill our lungs, and as we exhale, let us release the weight of the world. It is in this space, this pause between breaths, where we can begin to truly inhabit our experience. Allow yourself to settle into the present, to feel the gentle pull of your heartbeat, the subtle sensation of your body anchored in the place you are. Here, in this moment, we can journey together, drifting softly into the fabric of now. It was a quiet afternoon, nestled between the vibrant hues of summer and the slow arrival of autumn. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm, golden light that spilled through the kitchen window like honey, illuminating the small space with a gentle glow. The air was thick with the rich scent of herbs, basil, and thyme-dried from the garden. Earlier that week, hanging in small bundles from the rafters, Emily stood at the kitchen sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water, the sensation of the water swirling around her fingers, grounding her in the moment. She could hear the rhythmic dripping of the tap, a soft melody that accompanied her solitary chore. Each dish that came to her hands had its own story song, were adorned with the remnants of family dinners, grease and sauce mingling together, while others bore the delicate trace of breakfast, flecks of scattered crumbs. As she lifted up a cherished piece, gifted to her from her grandmother, Emily felt the weight of it. It's cool, yet comforting. She turned it under the warm cascade of water, the gentle pressure easing away the remnants of the meal. She closed her eyes for a breath, allowing this simple act of washing to envelop her senses. The sound of water rushing, the soft squeak of the sponge against porcelain, the sight of bubbles rising and dancing before dissipating, each little detail crystallized into a moment of clarity in her mind. Thoughts flitted about like butterflies in a garden, reminders of tasks waiting, conversations unfinished, worries about tomorrow. But as she breathed in the scent of soap and fresh air mingled with the last of the summer sun, she allowed those thoughts to fade into the background. Instead, she focused on the texture of the plate, the feeling of the water flowing around her fingers, the way her body moved in alignment with the task at hand. Each dish became an invitation to presence. A mug, chipped and well-loved, reminded her of mornings spent with tea and laughter, conversations that spiraled around dreams and hopes. A fork, tarnished yet steadfast, echoed the countless family gatherings where stories lingered long after the food had disappeared. In this routine, Emily found an orchestra of memories playing softly, creating a unique harmony that was both familiar and comforting. As she moved from plate to glass, she noticed the way the sunlight caught the surfaces, scattering tiny rainbows onto the countertop. It was as though the universe had conspired to gift her a moment of beauty amidst the mundane. She drew in that wonder, letting it settle deep within, a reminder that beauty exists in the ordinary if we choose to see it. Emily paused for a moment, hands resting in the warm water, and simply observed the ripple it created. How easily the world around her shifted and danced with her movements. With each breath, she felt herself expanding into the space of the kitchen, a quiet sanctuary where time slowed, held by the gentle caress of the water and the soft embrace of silence. In that stillness, she began to notice the sensations more acutely. The tension in her shoulders began to dissolve, the constant chatter in her mind quieted to a distant murmur. It was in the act of washing dishes that she discovered the beauty of simply being aware, being present, being herself, without needing to achieve or perform. As the last dish was washed and dried, a soft smile crept on her face. She took a moment to simply look around her kitchen, taking in the sunlight spilling across the room, the arrangement of herbs drying nearby, and the collection of brightly colored fruits sitting in a bowl on the counter, each an artifact of peace, each an echo of love, life, and nourishment. Wrapping the towel around her hands, Emily felt a lingering warmth settle over her. Not just from the act of the warm water, but from the quietude she had stirred within herself. She had washed more than dishes. She had washed away the distractions. She had scrubbed the worries and fears that often clouded her thoughts, leaving behind an empty canvas on which to draw her next moment's calm. Focused and vibrant, she moved away from the sink, feeling the smooth surface of the countertop beneath her fingertips, grounding herself further in the sensations of the now. The kitchen felt lighter, welcoming, filled with a sense of clarity that had emerged from the routine. And as she opened the door to the garden, blending her inside world with the outside, a gentle breeze brushed against her skin. The colors outside had begun to shift, the greens of the garden strumming along with the notes of the changing season. She took a step into that space, lifting her face towards the sky, where clouds floated lazily, unfurling and merging as though they too were engaged in the same process of becoming small moments of beauty. The scent of freshly turned earth combined with the still warm air, wrapping around her like a soft shawl. And in this moment, she understood that life ebbs and flows. It's in the details, the everyday occurrences, that provide richness. She wandered through the garden. She paused to touch the tips of sunflowers that stood tall against the fading sunlight, their heads tilted knowingly toward her, as if sharing in her own unveiling. Acknowledge this vitality, she thought. These moments are indeed the quiet waters of now, offering sanctuary when we allow ourselves to sink into their depths, to move through our lives with a sense of stillness amidst the storm, to find treasure in the routine and serenity in the simple acts. This is the heart of Mindfulness. As the day slipped into dusk, Emily felt a gentle, lingering warmth, a quiet understanding that the artistry of life is woven deeply within the ordinary. Each breath, each moment, whether scrubbing a plate or wandering through a sunset, holds the potential for clarity and grace. She carried that insight softly within her heart, knowing that she could return to this place anytime, simply by immersing herself in the gentle embrace of the present moment. In the quiet of your day, take a moment to pause. Allow yourself to settle into the gentle rhythm of your breath, feeling each inhalation fill you with a sense of calm, and each exhalation release the tightness of the world around you. As you close your eyes, gently let the stillness envelop you like a soft blanket. Notice the sensations in your body, the softness of your clothes against your skin, the gentle weight of your feet on the ground. Begin to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart, to the symphony of the present moment. Picture a kitchen, sunlight spilling softly through the window, casting warm, golden patterns on the tiled floor. There's a dish to be washed, a simple, unremarkable task, yet within its simplicity lies an ocean of experience waiting to be explored. You stand before the sink, the plates waiting remnants of a shared meal glistening like stories half told. The smell of soap, fresh and light, mingles with the faintest hint of rosemary from last night's dinner, filling the space with a tender familiarity. The water runs first, cool, then warming. The gentle cascade, a reminder of nature's flowing presence. As you plunge your hands into the basin, feel the water envelop your skin, each droplet a tiny planet swirling through the vast universe of your thoughts. The temperature shifts, the heat creeping through your fingers, reminding you of the present, anchoring you in the delightful now. The bubbles rise and pop, little bursts of joy in the quiet, a reminder that even the mundane carries the potential for wonder. You pick up a plate, its surface still glistening with remnants, a tapestry of flavors woven into its creation. As you scrub, allow your thoughts to drift like autumn leaves carried on the wind. Every swipe of a sponge reveals not just the plate's surface, but also the layers of your experience, the laughter shared, the conversations that flowed like the river beyond the hills. In this moment, your mind might wander to the past, a fleeting memory of a joyful dinner with friends, soft laughter echoing in the corners of your heart, or perhaps a worry of tomorrow creeping in like shadows at dusk. Acknowledge these thoughts as passing clouds in the sky of your mind, momentary, yet always returning to the spacious blue that lies beyond. Feel the rhythm of your breath as the water continues to swirl, rising and falling like the gentle cadence of waves on a tranquil shore. You rinse the plate, watching the water run off, glistening like starlight captured in a fleeting moment. Each drop carries away not just the grime, but the weight of expectations, the anxiety of what awaits beyond these four walls. Your hands move methodically, each scrape of the sponge a note in the symphony of the kitchen. You are a conductor of this delicate orchestra, the soft sound of water a backdrop to the more intricate notes of your thoughts. The flick of your wrist sends a cascade of bubbles dancing toward the sky, joyfully floating like dreams set free. There is no rush here, no demand for perfection. Lie the gentle unfolding of time, like the gradual blossoming of a flower eager to greet the dawn. In this sacred space, allow yourself to sink into the now, to become the very essence of the act itself. Each plate washed is a moment lived fully, a testament to the beauty of the ordinary. As you stack the clean plates, feel the satisfying weight of your work, of your presence. This is more than a chore. It's a celebration of sustenance, a reverence for nourishment. Appreciate the connections, the groundedness of familiarity, of love encapsulated in every dish. The table set, the family gathered, the simple act of sharing that nourishes not just the body, but the spirit. As your hands dry, the crispness of the towel grounding you, take a moment to pause. Close your eyes once more and listen. The world hums softly around you, the distant chirping of birds, the rustle of leaves outside, perhaps the faint sound of laughter drifting from another room. There is a symphony of life, a rich tapestry, woven with the threads of existence. Let the warmth of presence fill you as you move through this kitchen, this sanctum of soul. Notice the walls that cradle you, the air that wraps around you like an embrace, and the light pouring in from the outside world, each beam a reminder of how connected you are to all that exists. With every breath, barrenness fades, leaving only the essence of being here, now. There is no striving, no need to be anywhere other than this moment, just the whisper of water, the serene embrace of simplicity. As you step back from the sink, carry with you the quiet knowledge that life unfolds in these moments of washing, of caring, of being. In every task lies the potential for awakening, for noticing the divine in the mundane. And as you return to your day, let the whispers of water remind you of the stillness you can find in the flow of life, a gentle current that carries you through the waves of existence back to the shores of your heart. In the quiet stillness of a late afternoon, the sun's golden light spills softly through the curtains. Take a moment to pause. Breathe in deeply, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and let it out slowly, allowing any tensions to drift away with each exhale. Imagine the day's hurried moments slowly sinking into the background, like leaves floating gently down a tranquil stream. Allow yourself to settle into the present, each heartbeat, each breath anchoring you in this very moment. Here, within the embrace of stillness, we invite ourselves to accompany a simple task, one that whispers profound truths if we choose to listen. The kitchen was aglow with the warm light of late afternoon, casting gentle shadows on the tiled floor. Emily stood before a sink filled with the remnants of a simple lunch, the dishes piled high like an unspoken to-do list. And yet, as she gazed at the glistening plates and colorful bowls, a soft smile emerged, tinged with gratitude for the meal. Shared dot with the water running, she watched as the clear stream danced and sparkled, reflecting tiny rainbows as it cascaded into the basin. The sound of water was both soothing and rhythmic, a gentle reminder of nature's constants that continued on, unaffected by the rush of the day. Each droplet was a note in the symphony of the presenta, cadence of simplicity that invited her to step fully into this moment. She rolled up her sleeves and placed her hands into the warm water, feeling its enveloping embrace. It wrapped around her limbs like a loving hug, coaxing her to acknowledge the sensations of the here and now. The temperature was just right, warmed by the sun that had poured its light into the space. It's a reminder of all the warmth and joy life can encompass. As she took the first plate, she noticed the texture beneath her fingers' smooth surface, memory-laden from laughter and conversations shared over meals past. With each swipe of the sponge, there was an opportunity to clear away not just the remnants of food, but the remnants of the day. Each scrub became a gentle release of thoughts, of worries for tomorrow. She rinsed the plate, observing the water pooling, then cascading away, a tiny whirlpool, ebbing and flowing in the sink. For a moment, she lost herself in the sight of it, the way the water spiraled and faded, taking with it the remnants of her rushing mind. They cycle away, leaving behind clarity. Then came the sound, the quiet splash of the water as she dropped a plate into the rack, the gentle clink of the ceramic, the soft murmurs of the sponge gliding across the surface, all blended into a tapestry of sound that filled the silence. Each note intermingled with the quiet hum of her thoughts, a delicate interplay of sound and sensation in which Emily found an unrushed presence. She continued this sacred ritual of washing a dance of hands in water. Each item became a new opportunity for connection. A vibrant red bowl, gifted by her mother, reminded her of the family gatherings that had once filled the house with warmth and laughter. The worn, chipped mug she cradled in her hands bore witness to countless mornings of solitude, sips of coffee fueling her dreams. As she washed, she began to notice her mind wandering, a usual occurrence that she gently countered with an anchor of awareness. The swirl of thoughts, plans, regrets, to-do lists dissipated as she brought her focus back to the warmth of the water gliding over her skin. The aroma of the soap, subtly floral and calming. She reminded herself that it was okay for thoughts to drift in and out like clouds passing in the sky, observed without judgment, allowed to be dot with each rinsed dish. There was a sense of release. The simple act of caring for these objects became a metaphor for her own life. The way the dishes shifted through grime, gradually restoring their shine, echoed the way we sometimes find ourselves cloaked in distractions, anxieties, and the residue of the day. As she took a deep breath, imagining the air filling her chest and then flowing out, she embraced the notion that moments of clarity could arise from the mundane if only she chose to linger in them. Emily turned towards the window as she washed. The last item, a small knife, its blade reflecting back the light of the setting sun. The world outside unfolded before her. The golden leaves on trees dancing in the soft breeze, the laughter of children playing in the distance. A profound stillness enveloped her as she felt a deep connection to the world beyond her kitchen, reminder of life's rhythm, continuous and steadfast. She paused and allowed herself to simply be, to watch, to breathe, to listen. The awareness of the moment wrapped around her like a soft blanket, warm and protective. Here she was, in the thick of her everyday life, immersed in the miracle of being present. The water continued to flow, gurgling as it moved toward the drain, leaving the sink an oasis of cleanliness and calm. And as she took that final breath, she realized that this moment of routine had transformed into something sacred. The act of washing dishes had unfolded into a meditation on presence, interconnectedness, and the beauty of embracing the ordinary. As Emily dried her hands on a soft, well-worn towel, she understood that even the simplest of acts can lead to deeper insights, a reflection of life's ebb and flow. It's a reminder to savor each moment as it comes. The dishes now clean, the kitchen filled with the embrace of evening light. She felt grounded and at peace, a fleeting connection that would carry her gently through the rest of her day. Each ordinary moment holds the potential for mindfulness, waiting patiently for us to notice and appreciate its quiet beauty, just as water bids us to pay attention to its gentle ripple.